know I make you feel good. And don't you wanna feel good, good, good? Sometimes I wish that we could go back before you got hurt, hurt, hurt. When before I was scared, now I'm feeling prepared. Don't you wanna feel good? Don't you wanna feel good, good, good?
When you say you were leaving, I thought that you meant it. I played the victim, you start as indifferent. Hindsight comes standard with rose-colored lenses. Hate to admit it, you're better off. Now you're too afraid to look, too scared to miss it. We're night and day, solar eclipses. Too afraid to look, too scared to miss it. We're night and day, solar eclipses. Solar eclipses. Solar eclipses.
Caught up in your gravity, always end up lost in your wake. Intoxicated, maybe we can start again. Caught up in your gravity, always end up lost in your wake. Intoxicated, maybe we can start it.
Maybe feelings change, I can remember all the reasons why we've been separate ways. Feeling all alone in your company, keeping you captive with your chains.
We're night and day, solar eclipses. Too afraid to look, too scared to miss it. We're night and day, solar eclipses. Solar eclipses. Solar eclipses.
Caught up in your gravity, always end up lost in your wake. Intoxicated, maybe we can start again. Caught up in your gravity, always end up lost in your wake. Intoxicated, maybe we can start again.
Tomorrow we build. Depends on the future we want, we can make it as real. Maybe we will, though. Give up the ego. Making it feel good. Too scared to just let it go. Too scared to just let it go. Tomorrow we build. Depends on the future we want, we can make it as real. Maybe we will, though. Give up the ego. Making it feel good. Too scared to just let it go. Too scared to just let it go.
Caught up in your gravity, always end up lost in your wake. Intoxicated, maybe we can start again. Caught up in your gravity, always end up lost in your wake. Intoxicated, maybe we can start again. We can start again.
save.
Slow down midfield. Raptor gonna take control, leaving it for MJ. MJ with a double tap opportunity, and he gets it! MJ!
Gonna try to find another toucher, gets it around for Chance. Ren gets another touch around Remzik. Maybe one man back. Oh, a good slam from Samuel, an insane redirect.
And go time, popping it up. Is anyone there? Suffer challenges. Suffer with a miss. Just Eli back. Vicky, getting it over top. And Low Ballers take the TV Grand Finals.
Give it up for Low Ballers!
iCosmic slowly going towards the backboard as it pops over everyone and Bone's able to get a shot off here. No, he's not getting the touch. And iCosmic with the boost that he needs, popping it over and it's straight center.
Let's give it up for your Division D champions, Ball Chasers.
Try to get that one. Raptor, he's gonna try to get a 50, not able to. Jive, he's gonna beat Iceberg. He's gonna turn on this one. And Unlimited Aura is going to Brazil.
Give it up for your Dipsy champions, Rising Stock.
Almost. So next goal might be right here. Red Wizard followed by Squilliam. And 12 seconds left on the clock. Your Division B champions, Honey Nut.
No one's actually challenging. He was able to get that boost for free. We needed someone from Super Soldiers to go early, as this one does drop down. Ceiling shot is gonna be there, and Remzik doing what he does best.
And ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Division A champion, Acrobatic Aura.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for another night on the Dakota Collegiate Rocket League channel. We have 3 series back to back to back coming straight your way. First up, we got a Division B matchup, Untouchaballs versus Sloppy Dogs. The number 2 and number 3 seed gonna be battling it out here right before our eyes here tonight. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm joined on the desk by one of the main men over here, Yellow Dog. How are you feeling tonight?
Doing great. Not gonna talk about it too much, but I did just make land finally. So it is important though, because the winner of this team does face my team at LAN. So I mean, they'll know their opponents. But I mean, it's 3 weeks out. It's these teams are getting their games in pretty early here in Div B. Thankfully, the setup is full, unfortunately. Yeah.
Yeah, no, like you said, there's a lot on the line, not only for Division, not only for you, but for all of Division B in this matchup here. This is another LAN qualification match. Untouchaballs and Sloppy Dogs have been, dominant all season long. So it's going to be really fun to see how this turns out here tonight for the first series of the night. So like I said, we have a long night ahead of us. 3 series back to back to back, starting with Division B here. Go ahead and toss it now over to the bracket. So let's go ahead and just kind of glance over some of what has happened here in Division B. Obviously you can see I kind of cropped it short a little bit, but you'll have to kind of visualize what's going on here. But this is going to be match L, Sloppy Dogs and Untouchaballs. This is the match before LAN. So if you were to look to the right of this bracket, on the bracket here, it would be a LAN match. You can see Straw Hats. Yellow Dogs team did beat Thick of It yesterday to punch their ticket to LAN. But like he already kind of alluded to, the winner of this matchup will be facing the number 1 seed of Straw Hats on LAN. The loser will go down to match M, where they will still only be 1 series away from making LAN. So both these teams still in a really good spot here, to put themselves in a good spot to at least make LAN, because that's going to be a lot of the goals of a lot of these teams is just to make it to LAN. Some of them want to go far and win it all, but just being able to get that experience and play on LAN is kind of the ultimate goal for a lot of these players, and I can kind of speak firsthand from that. So again, this bracket has been flying by. We're not even, I think we're probably we're not even a week and a half into playoffs. We already got LAN qualifications happening. We already got teams getting knocked out. Unfortunately, Assisted Living being one of the first teams to fall. So kudos to them. And they gave it their all. So again, this bracket is flying by at the speed of light. I think we're gonna almost have like a week off if we keep going at this rate. So we'll see how things go here. But let's go ahead and toss it over and see who's on each of these teams that are going to be battling it out here tonight. Sloppy Dogs 6-3 on the season, led by the man, the myth, the legend, Skay, joined by Real Curly Fries and Harv Dog. So remember, you got to note these stats are only through the regular season. So anything that's happened in playoffs did not get added to this. So you can see that Real Curly Fries actually took the lead in goals per game. Probably swiped it from under your belt there, Yellow Dog, but you can see Real Curly Fries has a great regular season. Skay obviously way up there as well at 1.08 goals per game, leading the division in shots per game, and then Carve Dog leading the division in assists per game. So you can kind of see the roles that these players have been playing. While Carve Dog doesn't necessarily have the highest goals per game, still pretty high above a lot of other players, but looks like he's kind of the playmaker on this team, and all these guys shooting absolutely lights out. In my opinion, Sloppy Dogs have some of the highest ceiling players in all of Division B. So it's going to be interesting to see what they can do tonight. Let's go ahead, toss it now over to Untouchaballs, and I'll let Yellow Dog talk about these guys.
I'm not even going to talk about the stats quite yet, but this team meshes so well together. If you really kind of just look at their play style and kind of dissect it, it's really cool and really fun to watch how they're able to kind of mesh. Team that doesn't really have the speed mechanics that a lot of the other top Div B teams have, but they just mesh so well together. Jive and Xander have been looking like an unstoppable duo, both having a goal plus per game. Jive shooting 41%. That's insane of a shooting percentage. And Xander having more goals per game at just under at 38%. Those two brothers have been shooting lights out. And then their captain Aquamaniac doing kind of a lot of that dirty work, having the most demos per game, and just instant challing, and making it pretty annoying for the other team. So pretty well-rounded team overall, pretty grounded team as well. I think this will be a good kind of a game between two very different play styles, different teams.
Yeah, no, completely true. I was gonna go ahead and quickly go look at. I'm sure you already know, but just so I can see it myself here, look at the matchup between these two teams during the regular season. It was actually week number one.
Week one.
Week number one. The last time these two teams faced each other. They've had almost 2 months now to study each other, watch each other play, see how they go. But Sloppy Dogs did get the upper hand in that week number one, taking the series 3-1 fashion. So we'll see if Untouchaballs can kind of reverse that and take the win here and progress to LAN. Like you said about this Untouchaballs team, that chemistry that Xander and Jive do have, the brother buff, has been a beauty to see. You're not going to see them go for anything too like crazy mechanical, too crazy like, out of the ordinary. It's just really solid rotations, very fundamental Rocket League being played by this team, and that's really why they are 7-2 on the season. Not many mistakes. So we're going to see if Sloppy Dogs can overcome that here tonight. But now, as we are getting ready to get this show on the road here, Yellow Dog, as is tradition, what's going to be your prediction here on the night?
Oh, God. I told you this, but I'll tell chat this as well. I'm betting a sub on this for show. But I'm going to stick with the people who won in the regular season. I think this one, I truly believe this one goes to Game 7. A lot of times when I say that, I'm hoping. I truly believe this is going Game 7.
Yeah, Game 7 is crazy. So Yellow Dog's got a sub on this one. So what's the bet here? If Untouchaballs win, you're subbing? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yep.
Okay.
If I'm wrong, if Untouchaballs win, awesome.
All right. I'll flip it. I'll put a sub on the line as well, just for giggles here. So I'm gonna say Untouchaballs is gonna win this one here. I think they have what it takes to flip the script on them. Sloppy Dogs, while they have a super high ceiling, like I mentioned, I think their floor could potentially be a little bit lower than some other teams, specifically due to maybe some mental stuff too, because it's such a big part of the game. If these guys start to get tilted, maybe go down a couple of games, I think it's just going to be completely over. But I could be wrong. But because of that, I think I'm gonna go against Sloppy Dogs. Unfortunately, listen, I would love to go for Sloppy Dogs. I'm a big Skay fan, but I also can never agree with my co-caster. If you know me, if you know, you know. Listen, I've literally in my entire career casting, I have never agreed with my co-caster. So I gotta go with Untouchaballs here. And either way, the community is getting a sub, so you can look at it that way. But it does look like the Skay fan club is here in full tonight, so I gotta love that. What's up, Yellow Dog?
I've tried to make you break that rule of going against your caster a few times.
Nope.
When it's like a super easy matchup and like say like your good buddies on the good team, I pick them and force you to pick the, you know, objectively probably worst team. But you stayed true to it. I can respect that. You have stayed true to that.
Hey, and it's worked out. If you know, V-Storm last semester was like tracking it hella, and I was like third somehow out of every caster. So listen, somehow just
volume.
Exactly. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we are ready to go. Sloppy Dogs and Untouchaballs, the number 2 and number 3 seed, gonna be battling it out here tonight. Gonna go ahead and close predictions right now. You had your time. We got 70k boost on the line. We got a lot of people in here.
Dang.
Let's go ahead and get the show on the road, Yellow Dog.
Yeah, you mentioned, oh my goodness, almost an own goal coming from Aqua. You mentioned it in the pregame there about Sloppy Dogs and possibly some mental issues. I know they've got some mental issues when they go down in a series or have a longer series. So I think the longer this series goes, the more back and forth that this Untouchaballs can keep the series, the better for them. I think their chances just increase to win the series the longer it goes.
Yeah, I think in the long run, this Untouchaballs team definitely has the upper hand, just due to their consistency. But again, if Sloppy Dogs are on their game, I think they truly have what it takes to take down pretty much any team, including yours, buddy, Yellow Dog, in the Straw Hats, the current number 1 seed. The Sloppy Dogs team, when they're playing at their best, are very scary indeed. But that's the key to it all, is are they going to be playing at their best here tonight? Because that's what they're going to need to take down this number 2 seed.
For sure. I mean, they did pretty well against them in week 1. They dealt with the bumps and demos, which I remember. I talked to Carve Dog about it briefly in the early season, about how they kind of adapted to this Untouchaballs team's playing style. So I'm interested to see if they'll be able to do it again. I'm trying to put one on target. Carve Dog with a nice little clear. Xander on 0 boost. Skay going for the bump and demo, and he finds it. The 2v1 play. Carve Dog walks her home.
Looks like it's a little bit of a leading blocker play there. Carve Dog on 0 boost. The big bump out of Skay knocks Xander out of the way. Jive can't get to it, and that's going to be the first goal on the night here. Sloppy Dogs striking first on the night. Like I said before, in their week number 1 matchup. Oh my goodness, a huge answer. It's a dookie going the other way 5 seconds later, and Untouchaballs tie it up.
The Dami Dookie. That's actually impressive to get that in the Dominus. Oh my goodness. Tying it up. Jive.
All right. Man, I can already tell this is going to be a back and forth series. It's gonna be funny to see. And Jive again.
Oh my goodness.
2 unanswered goals back to back. Sloppy Dogs cannot get to this ball, and Jive tucks it away.
Sloppy Dogs fight back. Yo, Jive is hurting you guys. There's a quick 2 unanswered coming out from Jive and Untouchaballs. Definitely the start you want to see from them. A good answer from that 2v1 play. Aquamaniac gonna take this one up the wall. Gonna end up flying towards it, trying to maybe find a double. Can't quite find that one. Yeah, he's taking this one up the field. Xander with a nice cut in the midfield. Carve Dog left alone on defense. Never mind. Curly Fries is there. A little awkward though on low boost. Carve Dog gets the 50 over to Curly Fries. He's gonna take some nice possession to slow down the low 50 on 1. Aquamaniac there to touch it in the midfield.
Yeah, Xander now gonna pop this ball up. Has a little bit of boost to work with. Carve Dog early challenge, but Aquamaniac almost beats him out. Curly trying to control this ball now. Skay finds a 50. Ball goes into this blue corner here. Carve Dog kind of gonna give away possession here. Skay cheating up. Xander maybe looking for a pass to his brother Jive. Cannot find it. And Skay gonna Gonna pop this up. Curly looking for maybe one more midfield. Both these teams playing a little bit, I don't want to say scared, but you can definitely tell it's game one right now. It's both these teams kind of feeling each other out. A lot of possession being given away back and forth right now.
We're gonna be floating in the midfield. Aquamania can't quite find the touch. Carve Dog gonna put it on target. Xander with the backflip to keep it out. Getting mounted by Carve Dog. Aquamaniac gets a nice touch in the midfield. Almost an own goal. Xander there to get the touch. Carve Dog puts one on target. Aquamaniac gets it nicely to the corner. Xander to follow. A little awkward touch in the corner. Aquamaniac there, clearly front. Oh my god, this ball. Carve Dog gonna take this one back. Gets the back boost. Gonna take a nice controlled touch, maybe not touch, but gets one around Aquamaniac. Xander can't quite find the touch either. Jive, as the third man comes on up, gets a nice pass around the corner. Hey, Xander deflected out, and the follow gets a nice booming touch towards the backboard. Is there anyone there? Aquamaniac can't quite find contact. Jive, there to clear it out.
Yeah, it's Sloppy Dogs playing a little bit sloppy, living up to their name right now. A lot, like I said, a lot of very, a lot of possession being given away right now. And maybe a lot of chances being missed here as Jive almost puts away his third. Barely unable to do so. Sloppy Dogs are putting on shots, but they're not dangerous at all. They're gonna need to change something up here. You gotta appreciate that they are getting these shots, but I mean, nothing is really coming from it. Minute left to go. See if Sloppy Dogs can start capitalizing on some of these opportunities.
Yeah, it seems like they're just opting to take shots from the midfield that are kind of just low or slow. Not really getting it up to the field with the control. I'm gonna see if they can do that in the last half of this game. Skate trying to get a dunk. He does. Maybe a ceiling double. Can't quite find it. Aquamaniac with some nice control. Gets dunked on by Curly though. Jive gets a kind of a hard touch off the sidewall. Ends up getting the dunk on Carve Dog. Skate gets the beat on this one over the sidewall. Does he have a second? Yes, he does. Around Xander. This one's gonna be rolling around the corner. Jive gets a nice touch to the wall. Xander gets a nice little pop-out touch over to his teammate Aquamaniac. This one's gonna be bouncing super awkward. Jive with the backflip, unfortunately. Double commit coming out from Sloppy Dogs. Jive left alone on defense here, gets a nice touch to the corner. Trying to follow this one. Curly Fries with the beat. Xander gets one out. Does he find the double? No, he doesn't. This one's rolling a little bit awkward. Carve Dog with a soft touch to his teammate. Xander to beat him out. This one's 0 seconds. They need to keep this one up. It's going. Oh, it hits the ground. Untouchaballs taking game one.
Yeah, that is just the consistency I was talking about again. Not really too many mistakes coming from Untouchaballs, but one thing I will say about Untouchaballs is that Jive is the only person with any goals on their team right now. And I've said this a lot before. If you've probably heard me say this before. That is not a sustainable play style to have one player being the only one getting shots, putting away those goals. Not to say that Xander and Aquamaniac didn't, help Jive get those goals, but all I'm saying is that it's not sustainable. So I would not bet on Jive getting 2 or 3 goals every single game. We'll see if Untouchaballs can continue that pressure. Maybe having Xander and Aquamaniac put some of these away.
Yeah, he's been shooting pretty well all season long. I mean, not quite 67% well, but he's been shooting pretty dang well the entire season. And I think it's just him having both goals and the majority of the shots are kind of a product of how this team plays. It's a lot of Aquamaniac as first man disrupting, getting a beat, then trying to find a demo. Xander getting a nice beat around either the last man or just maybe straight to Jive. It always seems to be that exact order. Jive is always going to be the third man putting it home for the most part, unless stuff starts to break down.
Yeah, no, for sure. Game number 2 though getting underway. Again, Sloppy Dogs not able to find anything here, and Untouchaballs Xander getting his first goal of the series. A fantastic challenge there off of a little bit too far of a touch there from Skay. I think he was trying to control that. Ball gets a little bit too far away from him, and Xander takes advantage of that every day of the week, and Untouchaballs in the lead early.
Skate fans not gonna love that one. They're gonna say we skate strong or whatever they say. Really flies on the back wall, gets a nice touch. Finds another one, maybe a third around this corner. Tries to find the dunk on Jive, but it's straight to Carve Dog. This one's rolling. Oh, dangerous. Xander, a little bit too patient. A little dangerous there. Jive finding the 50 in the at the edge of his box. Xander in the corner. Carve Dog gets a nice touch out. Skate almost gets it on target. Jive with a nice diving save. This one's gonna get boomed down by Untouchaballs. Xander, not much boost to work with. Carve Dog with the free touch. Gets a nice little pop there over to Jive. But Drive ends up hitting it straight to Skay with a nice catch and hit over 1.
I don't know what you did to the Skay fan club, Yellow Dog, but they do not like you, brother. So you're gonna have to either make amends or live up to that here. Oh, real curly fries. Almost with an insane waterfall goal there. And how many opportunities have we seen now of Sloppy Dogs? You know, missed opportunities here. I think I've seen Skay hit crossbar about 3 times now in this series already through 2 games. I know I've seen Carve Dog maybe miss a couple as well, as that might just be another one. Aquamaniac gets a beat around the last defender. And what happened here? Defensive collapse.
I don't know, Aquamaniac with some decent speed off the sidewall, and nobody was back. Everyone wanted to play some offense. I don't know who was, you know, at fault or responsible. Just the entire team at that point. Nobody's back. Just an absolute blunder coming out from Sloppy Dogs. Jive trying to find their third, maybe off the back wall here. Double, doesn't quite find it. A nice shot coming up from Xander, ringing it off the crossbar. A nice challenge in the corner here coming up from Aquamaniac, just really laying on this pressure. But a nice clear coming up from Carve Dog, relieving that pressure. Skay with the touch over the corner of Untouchaballs. Jive, a nice, you know, collection of the ball there with a nice 50 over towards Aquamaniac's direction, who almost puts it on target. Probably surprised because that gets a nice touch out to the corner. Aquamaniac puts this one up. Jive is up for this one. Almost lost the top corner, but a nice save.
All right. Did you did you just give into the Skay fan club? Is that what I just heard?
I dude, like subconsciously, like it was just the Skay aura just really like bled into me almost.
Hey, I love to hear it. I love to hear it. But listen, it's been a long. I don't think we've had a Skay appearance on LAN. That's kind of why I've joined the fan club. Been a long time member. About time this man lands on an awesome team. But so far, not really having success against Untouchaballs here. That's an awkward touch there. Aquamaniac should be able to control. Puts it into his own corner. Skay looking for a beat here. He gets it. Carve Dog's gonna need to put this on net. Maybe pops it midfield, looking maybe for a pass. Curly just not in the right spot to put that one away. And he just pops that one on net. It's a small little floater right in front of the net, and nobody Untouchaballs was able to put a hand up.
Yeah, nobody put a hand up. Curly Fries was able to touch it in the corner, power slide backwards, go over the boost, and still get a free touch. Maybe just a miscommunication coming up from Untouchaballs, not knowing who's supposed to be challenging that, but regardless, Curly Fries brings it within 1. Carve Dog almost finding another one. Giles with a nice 50 though. Curly Fries gets another nice 50. Carve Dog is setting up. Crossbar out. Curly Fries gets the clear for Untouchaballs. Giles with some nice control. Gets the beat over 1. Aquamaniac almost has to hit it backwards though. Carve Dog able to put this one around the corner. Xander, not a great pinch. Carve Dog almost going the full, just close to that one.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm liking what I'm seeing from Carve Dog tonight. At first there's a couple shots where he was just kind of lobbing it on net, nothing too dangerous, but he's really doing a lot, setting up so many opportunities. And as I'm saying that, a flick from Carve Dog gets it over that defender, and Real Curly Fries with the put away ties this game up 2-2.
I mean, what do you expect? He's GC too. I mean, what do you expect? You're right, buddy.
I sense zero sarcasm in that statement, so we'll just go with that. But he's seriously been doing a lot here so far. Big help in both of Sloppy Dog's goals so far. We'll see if he can continue that. Here's Skay trying to find a 50 here. Ball goes over here. Carve Dog has some time and puts it off the backboard. Aquamaniac can't find a touch, but Aquamaniac there to bail him out as he gets another great 50 here. Carve Dog needs to control this. Looks like he's gonna pop this midfield. Jive on low boost, but Aquamaniac calls him off. A great challenge there. This ball goes midfield here. Xander looks to control it. It's a decent first touch. Nothing's gonna come from it. Jive is backwards in his own net. Could have had a great pop there, but unfortunately can't find it. 30 seconds to go. We are tied up 2-2.
Carve Dog up for this one. Xander has the beat though, just outsped. He gets a nice high touch, maybe able to follow himself. Can't see if he has booster on my laptop's blocking. I'm assuming he doesn't. He didn't use a single one. I thought he did. Jive with a nice beat around Carve Dog. Just a pinch. Aquamaniac there for it. Finds it on target. Carve Dog there to make the save. And possibly the sidewall touch here. Yes, he does. This one's going to be bouncing a little awkward on the corner. Xander on no boost. Also backwards. What's up with the brothers and being backwards here? Skay finds the 50. This one hits the ground, and we got ourselves a game 2 OT.
Man, oh man, ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna be a close one here. Sloppy Dogs in desperation here. They're gonna need a goal here, but that's a great 50 by Xander. Ball's gonna be dangerous. Carve Dog has a tank of boost to work with here. Unfortunately, Jive can't get around that one. Aquamaniac makes a great touch. Xander's lurking, but on low boost, nothing's gonna come from it. And a great pinch comes out from the captain, Skay, getting this ball out of his own half here. Aquamaniac does beat out 2, gets another great 50. Ball's gonna go out the corner, almost reads it. An almost insane read coming out from the captain of Untouchaballs.
Hey, going for a little bit of a heat check. Carve Dog with a pass mid. Jive there to see. That's a booming clear. That one just in. What a shot and what a clear coming up from Jive in this game 2 OT.
This is exactly the type of thing I'm talking about Untouchaballs. It's nothing too crazy, but it's just they're able to catch you lacking. They're so consistent and so fundamental. It's just a shot all the way downfield. Jive realizes no one's gonna be in net, and that is gonna right it here for game number 2. Untouchaballs up now by 2 already. It's starting to hopefully not get out of hand. Sloppy Dogs keeping it close, but ultimately just don't have the edge right now.
Yeah, just unfortunate. I mean, it is a good look coming up from Sloppy Dogs. A little bit dangerous almost from Carve Dog, but I mean, I can't even really blame that on him. Trying to get a good pass out. Maybe third man push up a bit too far, but yeah, you mentioned it at the end of the game about this Untouchaballs and capitalizing on mistakes. I feel like that this Untouchaballs team is the best team in Div B at just capitalizing on your mistakes. They're always there. If you miss a ball, they're there. Like they're ready for the miss. They're ready for the poor touch. They're ready for everything. They truly are.
No, they really are. And it's again due to those rotations that I talked about during the intro. It's just they're so sound. They're always covering each other's backs. Everything feels like it's covered on the side of Untouchaballs, and you're able to start finding those little gaps and mistakes really easily when you have those sound rotations. And that's really the strength of Untouchaballs. And it's really showing out here as they're taking these really close games time and time again. We'll see if they can do it here in game number 3 now. The Sloppy Dogs gonna need to go in desperation mode here. Untouchaballs, if they win this one, it will be a match point. Looking at a potential 4-0 sweep here tonight between the number 2 and number 3 seed. It's not what I was expecting, but listen, I believe in Sloppy Dogs. I think they can get a couple here, Yellow Dog.
I hope so. They're my prediction, I believe. Oh my goodness. Fornication going on in the midfield between Aquamaniac and Carve Dog. Aquamaniac gets this touch on the corner. Has some time, but no boost. Carve Dog with a nice challenge, but that one's actually straight to his teammate, Curly Fries. Skay with a nice beat. I believe he... Oh my, what? What a crazy touch by Jive. I don't even think he had any boost. He just fell into that one. Carve Dog, a nice pass over to Curly Fries. Curly Fries, a pass back down to Skay eventually. Gets it off the corner. Carve Dog up for this one. Doesn't quite have the read. Curly Fries, luckily, just in the right spot. Backflip. Shit. Straight over to Skay. Gets a nice touch and beat over 1. In the corner with a full boost. Full thing of boost. This one's gonna be up. Curly Fries, a shot on target, and Untouchaballs aren't ready for it.
What a little clanger there from Real Curly Fries. A 50 from Skay. Bounces perfectly. Jive cannot read that play. And that one just goes straight in. A great read there by Real Curly Fries. In my opinion, one of the more silent, like the Shadow Hokage type players. Real Curly Fries right here. Every once in a while, he just hits this insane shot that can completely turn the tide of a series. And Skay cannot find the clear out. What is that? Maybe a little bit of a smoke screen, some smoke screen action here. Yeah, I think that's exactly what it.
For sure.
Yeah, like pocket sand. Threw it right in his eyes. Skay can't see a thing. And Untouchaballs, a grimy little goal there to tie this one up.
A lot of Untouchaballs goals are really grimy, and they're like almost like tilting, just kind of like the way they get a lot of their goals. And being down 0-2, that definitely, I can only imagine the Sloppy Dogs mental right now. But you know, they're still tied up in this game.
Nice.
Almost finding a lead here. They do find a lead. A nice demo coming up from, I don't know, maybe Carve Dog it was, and Skay there to finish.
Yeah, that was a that was all built off the demo from Carve Dog. Skay has a pretty easy beat there. And there we go, Sloppy Dogs able to put 2 away now, regain their lead, looking like they got a little bit more pep in their step here in game number 3. And I just want to give a quick shout out to the OG Silk here dropping a sub. And I gotta say, Dunk is also in the stream. Another OG, the OG creator of all of our stat spreadsheets. So hello to you, brother. Welcome back to the stream. Hopefully you're enjoying your time here tonight. But yeah, quick shout out, Silk. Love you, bro. Thanks for the sub. Always appreciated. But back into this action, Yellow Dog. Sloppy Dogs, like I said, seem to have a little bit more, urgency in their play right now, which is, I think, exactly what they needed.
Yeah, I've just been waiting for this, for Skate and Curly Fries to really amp it up, start heating up. They can really turn it on whenever they want to. It's just, I guess they haven't really wanted to the first 2 games. Maybe give them a quick 2-0 lead. We'll see if Untouchaballs need it. Carve Dog in the corner here trying to find a pass out mid. Xander can't quite find it. Skate with a nice shot. Oh my goodness, they are locking in.
Oh my goodness. What a shot there.
Oh my goodness.
A beautiful play there by who? Yet again, Carve Dog. Another assist, leading the division in assists per game. I know he's going to be feeling himself after that one and probably listening back to this. The glaze is warranted. I'll say that. He's been setting up so many of these plays. And it looks like Sloppy Dog starting to put some of them away here. Real Curly Fries almost finds an insane angle double. Barely cannot find that one. And Sloppy Dogs hopefully starting to heat up here in game number 3.
This one's going to be floating in the midfield here. Jive. He gets a beat over 1. Curly Fries ready for that one, though. Floating in the midfield. Xander ends up taking it. A lot of time and space. Gets a nice boom and clear. Skate doesn't quite find the connection on that one. Xander almost goes under Carve Dog. Barely gets a piece of it with his, I don't even know, the hair on his car. Xander with a nice dunk in the midfield. Carve Dog there to receive that one. What the?
Sorry.
Are you good?
That was funny. I just clocked what you said. Anyway, continue.
What?
The hair on his car? Come on. What is that?
That is a backup. Not my original thoughts. I'll say that.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're thinking here, but when it to go. Down 2 goals for Untouchaballs. Skate looking to slot another one. Barely cannot do so. And Untouchaballs on their back foot for the first time all series long. Sloppy Dogs just need to hold on for 50 more seconds. Really, it's just going to be trying not to make any mistakes here. It's going to be a double commit. Should be okay, though. Going to delay a lot of time. Xander backwards yet again. I don't know what it is with these brothers and just being backwards at every mistake here. Aquamaniac trying to get around that last defender. Cannot quite do so. 30 seconds to go. Can Untouchaballs find 2 unanswered here?
That's a high touch coming up from Jive. Carve Dog there to receive that one. Xander with a nice controlling touch. Aquamaniac can't quite find the read. So I just beyond Xander, or not Xander, Jive there to save the day. Carve Dog not able to find the touch there. Really fires with a nice beat around the corner, just icing this time. And that just about does it. Almost a 4th goal for the Sloppy Dogs team. But great job coming up from this Sloppy Dogs team, able to reel this one back in.
Yeah, no, it was well played this time. Like I said, definitely had a little bit more urgency, more aggressive, and that's something that I think a lot of these high ceiling teams start to do is they start to play passive. Second, third man being extremely passive on the ball, and I think that starts to hurt them. Playing passive definitely has a time and place. But at a certain point, you just got to start playing with some more aggression and just forcing more opportunities, and more goals will fall as a result of that. And that's exactly what Sloppy Dogs do here, and they get their first game on the night, avoiding the 4-0 sweep. I was a little bit scared we were going to get that, but they avoid it here, so I'm pretty thankful for that.
I completely agree. I was kind of assuming they might have taken that time out after that game too. I don't know if they know this, but Untouchaballs, I think just last night even, played their first match against Dognappers and swept. So after that game too, they had won 6 in a row. So they were on quite the heater there, but shut down in that game 3. Thankfully, make it a series here.
Could be getting started off hot here. Game number 4. Skate almost finds a beat around that last one, that last defender. And yeah, Untouchaballs, again, seem to just be a little bit more outpaced when Sloppy Dogs is playing with this aggression here as Skay gets a nice clean beat over that Untouchaballs member. He's getting one more here. Aquamaniac's awkward here. Carve Dog trying to maybe place that one. Barely cannot do so here. Great patience there from Real Curly Fries. Xander able to get a touch around Carve Dog. He's going to stay on ball though. Jive is going to come in and try and save the day here. Can't find a touch here. Skay just going to lob it on net. Forces out a double commit. But Aquamaniac makes a great touch and should be able to corral this ball out of the corner.
Xander calls him off. Aquamaniac goes down to get some boost. Skay with a nice controlling touch, but beat up by Jive. Throwing this one around the corner. Carve Dog with a nice controlling touch. Around one, around two. Xander catching this ball in the midfield, flicking Casper the Ghost. Aquamaniac there to pass the mid. This one could be dangerous. Jive with a shot. Puts it dead center, just where he needed to.
A beautiful little demo and pass play there. All three members involved in that play right there and took every single one. You can see Carve Dog and Skay almost able to get back, but that demo sealed the deal there. A beautiful team play from Untouchaballs. And they find themselves back in the lead here, trying to regain their momentum. See if they can keep that up here. It's a 1v1 Skay and Aquamaniac, but Skay able to get a nice clean beat out here. Bounces this one off the corner. Looks like Carve Dog can't quite get the read. Aquamaniac trying to control this ball. Ball gets away from him a little bit, but handles it well as Xander puts it into this blue half here. Jive gonna come ripping in for a shot, but Skay able to put a hand up here. He's gonna try and follow up on this one. Again, ball goes into the orange half here. Aquamaniac, awkward touch, but able to control it well. That's something that I think Aquamaniac does very well. We've seen him do it a couple times here in short succession. Even if he doesn't get the best first touch, he has great car control, able to, you know, make something of any touch that he gets.
And Carve Dog trying to rip a shot on net here. Jive up early for that one. Gets off the backboard and goes under and over. Xander there. Carve Dog almost putting it in himself off the post. Jive putting this one in the midfield, trying to go for a bump here. Skay ends up getting a nice clear out. Xander is going up and high for this one, gets it off the side wall, but straight over to Carve Dog. I've been noticing that Carve Dog's been pretty good at recognizing when the other team is just passing him the ball and not going up. He's been doing pretty well at that through the last couple games. Xander again off the sidewall, lands on the sidewall again. Carve Dog just waiting there, letting the other team pass it to him.
Yeah, he's been doing that a lot. Just kind of like you said, letting the team. That's a great touch from Carve Dog as he's kind of cherry picking up field. Curly Fry is gonna pop this off the corner here, but Carve Dog again just playing patiently here. Can't quite find the touch, but luckily Jive not able to find the shot either. Skay awkward here. Trying to put a hand up. It's going to be a double commit. Carve Dog needs to make a touch here. He does. Bailing out his two teammates there on an awkward double commit. 2 minutes left to go. Untouchaballs have the lead. Sloppy Dogs looking a little bit sloppy here again in game number 4. They're going to need to start locking in. Try and tie the series up.
Xander with a nice low 50 on Skay there. One off the backboard. This one's super awkward. Jive there to shoot it. Gets a nice 50. Xander there to shoot it. A nice save coming up from Carve Dog. Aquamaniac, a super awkward touch backwards. Thankfully, it just goes to the corner. This one's super. Oh my goodness. He's rolling on from the net. Xander can't quite find the touch. Looking a little awkward. Nice touch over one. Another touch around two. Did he find the pinch mid? Kinda. Jai finds a touch at the corner. Gonna try to put this one in. Just beats Skay with a nice beat himself. Xander going to this corner here, trying to follow this one with the 0 boost. Gets one on a defender. Jive putting this one back into this right corner. They love this right corner.
Yeah, they really do. Sloppy Dogs feels like they're just hanging on by a thread right now. They're on low boost, and Untouchaballs has been putting on the pressure here. Jive, shot opportunity. It's a little bit too far to the left, but his brother Xander able to get the rebound, and Untouchaballs with a minute to go, up by 2.
Yeah, great shot attempts coming out from Jive. Just putting it in a super dangerous spot, and Xander there to follow up and actually put that one home. Just great pressure coming out from Untouchaballs, and it seems like they've also amped it right back up towards Sloppy Dogs.
Yeah, maybe I'm a little concerned now that it was just the one game from Sloppy Dogs that they've been able to kind of consistently play with that aggressive play style consistently. So a little bit scared right now. 2-goal deficit, 40 seconds to go. Sloppy Dogs need something here. If it becomes 3, it's gonna get scary here. Carve Dog kind of waiting out, noticing he's just kind of patiently letting Untouchaballs, you know, go for these mistakes and stuff like that. as that's a great pre-flip from Real Curly Fries. He's gonna bang this off the backboard. Skate is going for it, but shut down completely by Untouchaballs. 15 seconds to go here. Again, Sloppy Dogs need something here. Carve Dog gets a great 50. I don't know if anything's gonna come from this one though. Curly on 0 boost gets actually a great 50. Gets one more midfield, and it's an own goal. It's an own goal from Untouchaballs. 6 seconds to go. Can Sloppy Dogs get a goal in 6 seconds? That's gonna be the question here.
Well, awkwardness coming out from
Sorry, continue.
Awkwardness coming out from Untouchaballs. You know, they got 6 seconds here. They don't need to be, right in. That's not a bad kickoff if he finds the bump. He does find the bump with Xander. It's not quite finding around. Carve Dog is gonna flip this one straight up the ceiling. Aquamaniac gets a nice touch though, and that is gonna do it for this game 4. Untouchaballs going on match point here. I am gonna assume Sloppy Dogs take a timeout here, but I mean,
oh yeah, they're taking it. They're taking it. Interesting time to take a timeout. I think a lot of teams start to, will take that timeout with 2 games left, right? Instead of it being on match point. But, I mean, if they would have done that, they might not have won that game number 3. So we are going to see a timeout here, but just real quickly, Aquamaniac popping off in the stats, getting 4 saves, leading the lobby there, getting an assist. Both Xander and Jive getting a goal there. Real Curly Fries with the only goal technically off of an own goal from Untouchaballs. Sloppy Dogs, not
Snelled.
Is it a Tony Snell? Almost.
He would have without the own goal.
Oh my, yeah, you're right. It would have been a Tony Snell with the own goal. But yeah, we're going to a timeout. We will see what comes from this. We have seen teams in like Division C and Division D especially really benefit from these timeouts. But haven't really been convinced of that in Division B, if I'm being honest. But as always, we're gonna have Untouchaballs trolling in the cams. Drive absolutely mogging the entirety of everybody here.
Holy moly!
Absolute insanity here. But do you think in your mind here, Yellow Dog, do you think this timeout's gonna make any difference for Sloppy Dogs?
I think it'll be a good little I think it'd be a good break for them. A good little mental break. Well, I don't know if it's really gonna help them. They could end up just digging themselves a bigger hole. Just kind of continuously talking about it, maybe getting at each other. I know they've been known to kind of do that in the past a little bit. So I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm hoping we at least get a game 6 here from these 2 teams, but and obviously, I bet on them, so I'm hoping they can reel this one back in.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know exactly. I've never really gotten close with any of the members of Sloppy Dogs, so I have no idea if like these guys are like analytical or anything like that, but it looks like it might be paying off. 12 seconds in the game number 5. Sloppy Dogs already find a net.
That's a nice play coming out there from Carve Dog. A nice ceiling touch and a fast pass coming up from him. And great job from Curly Fries being ready for that one. Seems like they're only scoring off of these Carve Dog plays. So I'd really love to see Skay or Curly Fries to get into that first man role and start setting up their other teammates rather than being there to clean it up.
Yeah, game 5 is off to an absolute heater. That early one's going to definitely give you some confidence for the Skay fan club here. But again, there's so much Rocket League to be played. It's only a one goal lead. You cannot let off the gas here. They need to continue on. Maybe add a couple more to their lead. Be a little bit more convincing here. This could be dangerous. Xander almost finds an insane angle. You can see he's trying to wrap his car around that one, but barely cannot do so. Here, Jive. Aerial shot there, trying to put that top left corner potentially. Does not fall. Xander looking for one touch. Gets an insane pass midfield. And Sloppy Dog's defense is hanging on for dear life right now. They're going to have to continue to do so here. They look to try and transition offense.
Jive just sticking on the ball. I don't think another member of Untouchaballs before that Xander had touched it for like 30 seconds. Aquamaniac there to follow up on that Jive touch. A nice 50 coming up from Skay. Carve Dog taking a sweet time. A nice dribble play. ISO, and he puts it around Xander. Great play coming out from Carve Dog.
ISO, Carve Dog. calling it on Xander. Beautiful, beautiful little play there. I thought he was gonna absolutely rip that thing, but I love the control touch there. You can tell he's been playing his ones. That's a beautiful flick. Sloppy Dogs now up by 2. We absolutely love to see that there. 3 minutes and 30 is still really early, but again, Sloppy Dogs are playing very well right now here in Game 5.
Oh, touch balls with a few whiffs of their own. Carb Dog with the pass around, almost a demo on Aquamaniac. He's entered the follow on 0 boost, almost gets it on target, gets it around Curly Fries though. A nice pass out. Aquamaniac there to follow. Skay with a nice little controlling touch on the backboard. Xander gonna try to find this one. A nice pass. Jive can't quite put it on. A nice save coming up from a couple of them, but Aquamaniac ended up, putting this one home.
Watch this right here. Jive puts it there. Skate almost own goals. Carve Dog saves it.
Oh my god.
An absolute pinball machine on the goal line there. Oh my god.
What can you do if you're Carve Dog? You're doing your best there. You get some good reps in, saving your own teammate's shot even. But it's just not enough.
They should at least give you points for own goal saves. I mean, come on. At least give them that, right? You can't even do that, but thankfully for Sloppy Dogs, they do have, had that 2-goal lead. It is now 1, obviously, but gives them a little bit of a cushion here. They're going to be looking to add another one here. Carve Dog, double opportunity, can't quite find it. Skate needs to place this one, and it's an own goal. Oh, they pay it back.
Oh no.
It's karma always works its way out here. Let's see exactly what happens. Aqua can't find the touch. Skate just rips one on. Xander's just in a weird spot there. And Sloppy Dogs regain that 2-goal lead.
Maybe they're like, I like that idea of, the 2 people hitting it in net and outside of net. They just got the order a little bit wrong. Xander's got to hit that one first into Jive. Unfortunately, it's the other way around. They find themselves in a 2-goal lead here. Sloppy Dogs, that is. Curly Fries with a nice touch out. Maniac maybe trying to find a pass over to Jive. Opts for the solo play. Does he have the double? Does he have it? Not quite. Just barely going off the crossbar. Xander ripping a shot here. Carb Dog diving save on 0 boost. I mean, what more do you want Carb Dog to do here on defense? He's saving everything on 0 boost. He just can't quite get back to it.
Yeah, feels like Carb Dog. I mean, he's just putting himself in great positions right now, making these great saves. But that's just a great shot there from Untouchaballs. And they bring it back within 1. They're doing their best to try and end this series right here, right now. You got to remember, land ticket on the line right now. Cannot forget that narrative here. Sloppy Dogs desperately want this win right now. Try and punch their ticket. So does, same goes for Untouchaballs. Luckily, both of them still have, 2 lives left, but still just making it to land right here and right now would be so nice for both of these teams. Minute 44 to go. Sloppy Dogs trying to just hang on for dear life, but Untouchaballs making it super hard on them right now.
Yeah, Carb Dog with a nice midfield touch there. Going for the double here. Does he find it? Not quite. Xander with a nice touch. Skate's gonna leave that one for Curly Fries. Xander with no boost yet again in this midfield, just trying to find a dribble play. Aquamaniac, a nice follow coming up from him. A nice fake, almost gets Skay, but he stayed strong. Skay's home. This one's gonna be rolling down the sidewall here. Carb Dog, just stop giggling, bro.
It's funny. Come on.
I'm giving it to him, man. He's trying to catch it. Catch it.
Jive now. Trying, maybe that's Xander actually trying to make something here. He's just aping on the front lines right now, trying to find a flick around, maybe going for a demo. 54 seconds, again, it's a case of Sloppy Dogs. Can they either hang on or maybe add another one here? Untouchaballs is going to do everything they can here. Real Curly Fries putting that midfield. Skate has an open net, and he's going to hit that every day of the week. A fantastic open net goal there. And Sloppy Dogs regain that 2-goal lead once again. And that's kind of been the story of the game here. Untouchaballs trying to battle back, but Sloppy Dogs doing a great job of hanging on to that lead.
They're just, they're not letting this game get tied up. They're keeping a 1- and 2-goal lead here. Curly Fries with a nice 50 out. Xander gonna take control. Aquamaniac looked like he maybe wanted to take that one. He rips a shot here, not quite. Pretty wide there. Jive going on the backboard for this one. They got 30 seconds. They need to make something happen pretty quickly here. On the backboard yet again. It's pretty slow though. Carb Dog just wasting more time in the midfield. Aquamaniac with a nice 50 though. Maybe getting this one out mid for his teammate. Ends up going for the bump. Carb Dog backwards on defense. Jive almost there to find the dookie. And a nice clear coming up from Curly Fries here, just really buying a lot of time. They're down 2 goals here. This one's pretty much mathematically impossible, unless. Okay, yeah, that's wraps. Great game 4. No, game 5 coming out here from Sloppy Dogs. You know, keeping himself alive.
Yeah, no, for sure. I definitely, for everybody wondering, I am responding to Ton the Gamer right now. I'm accepting his friend request. W Mans, but there we go. Sloppy Dogs keeping this thing close here. By technicality, they're gonna need to complete a, what is it, a best of 5 reverse sweep now, right? So now only 2 games away from doing that. We'll see if they can continue this momentum. But from what we saw last time, after Sloppy Dogs won that last game, Untouchaballs did a fantastic job of you know bringing that back and you know, switching that momentum on the dot pretty much. So we'll see if Untouchaballs here in game number 6 can do just that.
It's a great, well-rounded game coming out from Sloppy Dogs. It wasn't really one person I thought was doing all of the lifting here. If I had to give it to one person, I mean, it would be the person with the most score here. It's pretty, not an obvious answer, but definitely not like a crazy shout. Dog was just making some really good touches in that game, and unfortunately, it just seems like the way these games goes for Sloppy Dogs really depends on if Dog can almost do everything, and like setting these up and being in good spots.
Yeah, no, he's definitely having a great series. Not to say that Skay, excuse me, and Curly Fries haven't done a lot themselves, but Dog's been doing a lot, getting a, you know, his playmaking ability has been really showing out during this series, and his defense too. I think the defense has been really the mainstay for me from Dog. You know, when times have been crazy and Untouchaballs putting on this insane pressure, I feel like it's been Dog making a lot of these saves here. Skay on 0 boost, and as I say that, Xander with a floater on net, a capitalization on a big mistake, a big double commit from Sloppy Dogs. And there we go, it's another capitalization on a mistake from Untouchaballs. And again, Untouchaballs looking like they're gonna do exactly what they did in, I believe, game number 4 now, and switch this momentum once again.
Playing on the pressure over and over. Xander pressuring Skay in his corner. Skay with the midfield dribble here. Dog trying to take it off his car. Maniac with a little bit of an awkward touch and getting bumped. Jive with a nice 50 on Curly Fries. This one kind of floating out. This one could be in. Not quite. Dog goes to the backboard to find this touch. Does not quite find it. Maniac just calling his bluff and just going straight for the shot.
Yeah, that's the first time that I've seen a pretty big mistake out of Dog, and there we go again. Like you said, and we've been saying all series long, Untouchaballs do such a good job at capitalizing on these mistakes. And both of these goals now piggybacking off of mistakes from Sloppy Dogs. And there might be another one here. Skay and Dog going missing, and I am not liking what I'm seeing here from the Sloppy Dogs team. Looks like they're starting to kind of falter a little bit. This is not when you need to do that. There's still a lot of Rocket League left to be played with the series on the line.
Yeah, it just seems like 2 good things can't happen in a row for the Sloppy Dogs team. Maniac with a nice pinch over the corner. Tries to find this one mid. Does find it mid for his teammate Jive, pre-jumping it. Goes a little bit high though. This one's rolling awkward. I don't know how Jive's still the 3rd man there. He just shot the ball. So I guess Dog gonna capitalize on that one and just shoot the open net.
Yeah, I don't understand how that was open. I mean, either we're seeing some like pre-jump trolling happening from Untouchaballs. Hopefully they're not getting complacent, because the series is far from being over. Still 3.5 minutes left. Hopefully they're not starting to troll a little bit here as the Sloppy Dogs do bring it back within 1. That's the goal that's going to give them some hope here. A lot of Rocket League left to be played here. Skay going to put one on net. A little bit of a pancake from Xander. Jive able to come in. It's a decent 50 here. Skay is going to be up. He's the only one up here. Puts it on net, but there's 2 defenders. That's a good demo, though, from Dog. Curly going to put this midfield. Can Skay commit to this one? Hesitant, though, is Jive, and that Dominus gets a great flick. Dog, though, going to get a nice controlling touch here. Finds another good 50. Aqua going to try and control this one, but Skay should have control, but he ends up just kind of giving it away. Those are the situations where you're looking for either a big clear or a controlling touch to try and get some offense going.
That Jive just trying to roll this one away. Jay with a poor touch. Aquamania can't quite find it. Carve Dog barely getting a touch on that one from the Xander shot. This one might be opening a Jive. Last back on defense. And Curly Fries just seeing that the entire right side of the net is open and just shooting it there.
I think Jive was kind of shaking in his boots right there. He thought Carve Dog was going to absolutely rip that thing. But unfortunately, Carve Dog doesn't find the touch. And you can see the surprise on Curly's face as well. He did not know how that one went in, but those are the ones you got to just take. We'll see if Sloppy Dogs can keep it up. That's a big demo, but Aquamaniac able to reconvene here, put this ball into the blue side. Carve Dog, maybe a shot here, but Xander able to shut it down. Skay, low boost, makes a great save here. Jive there to keep up this pressure now. Curly desperately trying to get this ball out. Aquamaniac finds a big demo as well, though. Skay does find a beat around one, but Aquamaniac, great rotation, able to get back and make a save.
Fries getting a nice touch around Curly Fries, but Curly Fries lays on the ground, just waiting patiently, very analytical. Carve Dog on the sidewall here. Trying to find a pass around the corner. He does. Gay can't quite find that one. Dive, taking this ball up the field. Curly Fries last back on defense. Good patience coming up from him. Maybe a full pitch air dribble here. Shut down early by Aquamaniac. Gay is gonna take this one up and around the corner for Carve Dog, but Xander gets a nice flick over, gets a touch over towards Aquamaniac, but Curly Fries there to touch that one, but it's a pass straight to Aquamaniac. Thankfully, Carve Dog was in net. Jive trying to find a 50, can't quite get that one. Run on the corner, gets the full boost, leaves it for his captain Aquamaniac. He gives it straight over to Curly Fries. Possible pass attempt here. Jive's just floating, waiting for that pass.
Minute 10 left to go. We got a tie ball game. Untouchaballs, one goal could be the difference maker here from punching their ticket to land. But Sloppy Dogs have been able to turn it around here, have some decent momentum going right now. That's a pass straight to the other team, though, from Skay. Jive capitalizes on that once again. All 3 goals from Untouchaballs right now, piggybacking off of mistakes from Sloppy Dogs. And those are the ones that you hate to see.
Hey, maybe just not quite the height or the power that Skay wanted. Definitely a missed touch coming up from him. Straight over to Jive. Are we serious right now?
Tyler kickoff. It's a Tyler kickoff.
No, it's a Tyler kickoff.
Oh, yep, it's a Tyler kickoff. It's actually just a Tyler kickoff.
No way.
Yep.
No.
It's been a while since I've said that term. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've said that term. But man, that is definitely tilting. That's not what you want to see. Two goal deficit, 50 seconds to go. Jive trying to add on again, but this could be wraps. Unless something miraculous can happen from Sloppy Dogs here. Ball's in the corner. Skay just sending everything at that one. Carve Dog puts a touch over to the sidewall here. See what can happen here. Shot is on Curly. Passed up field here. Carve Dog looking for maybe a beat here. Can't find it. 30 seconds to go. Sloppy Dogs need something here.
Xander with a nice touch around one, just delaying time here. Carve Dog keeps it off target. This one's gonna be rolling around the corner. Aquamaniac with a nice touch. Gay needs to find one. He does. So it's a little awkward in the corner. Curly Fries with the pass out, but Xander there to shut it down early. Jive putting this one in the corner. Xander just keeping this one around, and Untouchaballs have made land on the winner side of the bracket.
Untouchaballs taking the series in a not, I wouldn't say complete dominant fashion, but all around just being the more consistent team here tonight. Turning the momentum around time and time again. And they, like you said, punch their ticket now to LAN through the winner's bracket. A very good showing from them. Beautiful stuff coming from them. And I just want to clear something up right now to everybody that's watching in the chat. No Carve Dog hate, bro. He was carrying tonight. I ain't even gonna lie, so I don't want to hear any of that. He was, Sloppy Dogs playing absolutely fantastic as well, especially in those 2 games that they won. If they could consistently play like that, I think the Sloppy Dogs team, I said it from the very beginning, if they can consistently play like that, they're one of the best teams in Div B.
Yeah, for sure. Carve Dog's had he's had a pretty dang good playoffs so far. He did really well in his series. I think a couple days ago is when he had his, and did really well this series. So he's honestly really surprised me in the playoffs. A good surprise.
No, like I said, he was playing absolutely fantastic. And that's the wrong team. That is really awkward. That is really awkward. That is really awkward.
Oh.
Yep, I did that one. Oops.
Oh,
no.
no.
Now I'm sending it to the timeout screen, bro.
What? What are we doing here?
I'm clicking the wrong buttons,
What
bro.
are we doing? Oh no! You're lock in, twin. Oh my god.
Yo, my bad, bro. My bad. But all right, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and bring these boys in for a little bit of a winner's interview. Welcome, boys. You punch your ticket to LAN officially. A huge statement win there over the number 3 seed. Man, how does it feel? I'll toss it to you, Aquamaniac. How does it feel to punch that ticket to LAN?
I think it feels pretty good. I know my team has worked really hard for this, so I know we definitely deserve that spot to go to LAN compared to a lot of other teams, just because we worked so hard this season and these boys played really, really well.
Yeah, no, a lot of our commentary tonight was, it's not a lot of flashiness from your team. It's just the consistency, solid rotations, very fundamental Rocket League being played, and really just capitalizing on a lot of those mistakes. And that's exactly what you guys did in a lot of those games that you won. And so proving that, that fundamental Rocket League can really shine through. And that's exactly what you guys did tonight. I'll toss it to you, Xander. You are, I forget. Yeah, you are you won last season, right? I'm trying to remember. Yeah. Are you? Obviously, it looks like you're trying to run it back. Are you confident in that here tonight? Trying to go back-to-back championships here?
I think we are. Jive was Div C champ last semester as well, so it'd be cool to finally win with him on his last semester.
Is this Jive's last semester?
Yeah, I'm Unk.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're Unk too. So I was gonna say, how does it feel for you? I mean, trying to make that run back and maybe speak a little bit about what the LAN experience might do for you going into this LAN.
I think it would solidify, our Dcrl legacy, if that's a thing that is real. But I think it'll be a fun experience. Winning LAN last season, but not winning the MVP as the captain. I think, some people may expect the captain to win it, but then being able to move up into Div B and then play so well together and be in that winner's final at LAN is cool.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's been huge. I mean, I've been loving watching you guys play. Because like I said, it's not like crazy flashy mechanics. You guys aren't doing anything crazy. You're just sticking to the fundamentals, and that's really all it takes in this division too, is just sticking to those fundamentals. And it's been a lot of fun seeing you guys do that. So I'll toss it to you, Yellow Dog. You got any questions for these boys?
I mean, anyone can answer this, but I mean, you guys lost 3-1 pretty convincingly in week 1 against this team, and then came out pretty strong against these fellas. What was the main thing you guys kind of changed from like 2 months ago?
I think
you
got it?
I hadn't played Rocket League, but like 2 times in the 2 weeks, like coming into the semester, so I was extraordinarily rusty, and I missed a few easy saves that series, and it was like I really didn't expect to get even a game win on them in that week 1. So, I was proud of winning 1 game there, but then I started playing more, and I think if we had faced them at any other week during the season, we probably would have won, or it would have been a lot closer at the very least.
I love the confidence.
Okay.
All right, well, I got one more question here, maybe a little bit of an elephant in the room right now. Untouchaballs, with this win, you do progress to LAN, and you're going to be going up against the Straw Hats, and a member of the Straw Hats is currently in this call right now. How confident are you feeling in that first round matchup? I'll toss it to any of you guys.
Good. We scrimmed them earlier in the season, and we went to game 5, 7, something like that.
7.
But it was for the content, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's gonna be a lot of fun seeing that as like the first round on LAN. It's definitely gonna be a very good one. The number 1, number 2 seeds living up to the seeding despite how close it's been, all season long in the regular season. So it's gonna be a blast to see how that one turns out. So with that, this took quite a long time, and I'm a little bit behind schedule now, so I'm not gonna ask any more questions. huge congratulations, boys. You punched your ticket to LAN, and I'll be seeing you on May 3rd? I think it's May 3rd. But I'll be seeing you then, boys.
See ya.
Thank you.
Sounds good.
Yes,
Thanks
sir.
for asking.
Yes, sir. Peace. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the first series out of the way here. A great one going to game number 6 on Sloppy Dogs. Keep it a little bit close. I'm glad it wasn't a complete 4-0 sweep. But ultimately, Untouchaballs get the deal done. And the consistent capitalization of mistakes pays off for them, pays dividends towards their season, as it does allow them to go and play on LAN. But it's not going to be over for Sloppy Dogs. You have 2 lives in a double elimination bracket. Sloppy Dogs still has theirs. Let me quickly go over and see who they're going to be going up against. It's going to be the winner of Goofy Goobers and Dog Nappers, which is actually kind of insane because Goofy Goobers is a very good team as well. I mean, Dog Nappers was as well, but they kind of ended up falling off towards the back end of the season. But that Goofy Goobers team, that's not going to, whoever has to go up against them, it's going to be difficult. So it's not going to be easy for Sloppy Dogs, but it's going to be doable. So we'll see how that one goes. But Yellow Dog, thank you so much for hopping on the desk with me. It's always a blast.
Of course, it's always fun casting Div B. I think it's really fun casting your own division. You know what's going on, has more implications towards your team as well. It's always a blast.
It is indeed. So anyways, please stay tuned, everybody. We got 2 more series. We got Tyler 8G making an appearance in this next one as he makes his appearance on playoffs here. So everybody stay tuned. I will be back as soon as I can for that next matchup. So thank you everybody for watching, and we'll be right back.
Way too many faces in the crowd, but I think that I see you. One too many days got me changing up the way that I need you. Now we're both at a bar, acting like it's not hard, trying to feel something different. Talk to somebody new, kinda wish it was you, kinda numb to the feeling. Now that you're gone, they say time should heal, but it's been too long. Couple months and I can't seem to move on. I can't seem to move on. I can't seem to. I can't seem to. Not that you're gone. I can't seem to. I can't seem to. Laying on my floor, thinking about all the things that we've been through. From 24/7 to pretending like I never met you. No, it's all for the best, 'cause I know we're a mess every time we're together. Going out of my mind, and I wish I could lie, tell you that it gets better. Now that you're gone, they say time should heal, but it's been too long. Couple months where I can't seem to move on. I can't seem to move on. I can't seem to.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for our second matchup on the night here. It's going to be a Division C matchup between Spaced Out 2.0 and Silver Leveling. It's going to be a fantastic matchup here. I'm joined on the desk by the man Omega Blaze himself. How you doing tonight, brother?
Doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Hey, man, cannot complain. It's a little warm in my room. I have some Omega Blaze issues right now, but...
hey, for once, it's actually chilling in here, so...
Oh, nice, nice. Normally it's like 80-something degrees in this man's room over here, so...
Yeah, it's the chill 67 on the wall. We'll take it.
You definitely will indeed, but we're a little bit behind schedule, so I'm going to go ahead and toss it over. And we will take a peek at some stats here and the bracket. Again, I cut all these screenshots a little bit short, so you're just going to have to pretend. The round that's after the last one you can see is going to be LAN. So we are at match F right now, if you can locate that, kind of in the middle of your screen. Spaced Out 2.0 and Silver Leveling. Spaced Out 2.0 coming off of a statement win against Triple Threat as the 9 seed, which is absolutely insane to think about. They win in that play-in bracket, and now we're going to be faced with an even bigger tower of Silver Leveling, the current number 2 seed. So we will see if Spaced Out 2.0 is going to be kind of our Cinderella run team of the season. If they can take down the Silver Leveling team, it will be absolutely crazy. So we'll see if they can do just that tonight. Let's go ahead, bring up some stats now. I'm gonna go ahead and cover Silver Leveling first here. They were 6-3 during the regular season, captained by Tyler 8G, and he's joined by Mr. Miko and Moss Toes. Tyler 8G, a lot of people thought he should have been up in Division B. He unfortunately does fall to Div C and is a captain here. It looks like Moss Toes and Mr. Miko are living up to the hype as well, both at around that 0.7, 0.8 goals per game mark. All 3 members looking like they're playing absolutely fantastic here tonight. We'll see if they can do that when it matters most here during playoffs. Let's go ahead and toss it to Spaced Out 2.0, and I'll let Omega talk about these guys.
Yeah, Spaced Out 2.0. It's the same roster as Spaced Out. They just decided to, add the 2.0 because it's their second season that they've played together. You got Captain Pat Down. Fun fact, I may or may not have injured Pat Down a little bit earlier today. We were playing disc golf and I hit him. So if there's any bad plays coming out from him, you can blame me for that. Anyways, moving back onto the stats. Yeah, he's leading his team in goals with .73, but Paco and Drewski are not far behind at .63 for both of them. So all these players seem to be putting up a lot of numbers. Their stats look very similar. So they're all kind of sharing the ball and getting everybody involved.
Yeah, no, it seems to kind of be the case for both of these teams, actually. You know, pretty high goals per game from Silver Leveling. And like you said, it's pretty even on Spaced Out, but you can definitely tell that the goals per game is, you know, definitely a little bit lower than that of Silver Leveling. Kind of that kind of shows the difference of the number 9 and number 2 seed, for sure. But actually, I forgot to run this before I did anything here. So for like 5 minutes here, I'm gonna start up some predictions for anybody in chat. Spaced Out 2.0, Silver Leveling. All right, predictions are up. Is there anybody in chat that's listening that wants to do some Gamba? Put your boost on the line right now. And while that's happening, I'll toss it to you, Omega. What's going to be your prediction on the night?
My prediction? I think it's going to go to 7, and I got to give it to the Cinderella story so far, Spaced Out 2.0. I think they take it.
You think the number 9 seed's taking down this number 2 seed right now?
Yeah, well, all the divisions have been pretty close. Spaced Out 2.0, they may be 2 and 7, but they're really not that far behind Silver Leveling. There's Silver Leveling 6 and 3 with a 60% win rate, but Spaced Out still a 42.5% win rate. I think it's possible. If they play really well, they could take it.
What'd you say in 6 games? Is that what you said?
7.
You think this is going all the way? I hope this doesn't go to 7. I'm not gonna lie, because we're a little bit behind schedule right now. So I'm gonna go with the number 2 seed in Tyler 8G. You know, he won it a couple seasons ago. He's a former champion himself, Mr. Miko, and Moss Toes played fantastic in Div E, getting his name called up. He might be one of the best Div E performers. We got a couple of them here in Division C this semester. So I think Silver Leveling can definitely take this one. But the name of the game is always consistency for Tyler 8G and probably this entire Silver Leveling team. So again, if Tyler can consistently play at anywhere even near his peak, I think this team is going to take it. I'm going to say we're going to go to 5 games here. I think Spaced Out got it in him to take a game, but I think we're going to go to 5. But with that out of the way, got a couple more seconds here pretty much before we hop into the game for you guys to put some boost on the line as we try to jump into game number 1 here between Silver Leveling and Spaced Out. Gonna be a blast here, Omega.
That it will be, for sure. Winner takes on bye week to make land. So plenty of stakes here as we get into this one. We'll see if Silver Leveling can do anything with this offensive attack they're starting out with. Miko's going to hit that one out mid. And he gets that pass pat down, puts one in the net right away.
Man, oh man, what a goal there from Mr. Miko. A statement goal there. What a beauty of a first touch there. Regains control of his car and puts that one away. Silver Leveling off to a fantastic start here. And Spaced Out probably going to be on their heels already. Can't let that affect you, though. You got to continue on and try to play your best here.
Yeah, absolutely. Giving up a goal that early is definitely not what you want to see. Is maybe a little bit of a miscommunication from Spaced Out. 2 players are kind of clumped up together. But regardless, you definitely just can't let it affect you. But Tyler AG is going to find an open net there. And wow, this is off to a really great start for Silver Leveling.
Yeah, it is. That's just a great pop. No one is able to put a hand up. Drewski on 0 boost. Just can't make a touch. And Silver Leveling already have a 2-goal lead just 30 short seconds here into the series. Hopefully we'll see if they can continue on this onslaught here. Spaced Out gonna need to do a little bit better job of keeping the ball a little bit closer and positioning themselves a little bit better to try and at least put a hand up on some of these opportunities as Tyler puts us into the corner here. Drewski not able to find a touch, but looks like pat down dimes it to him. Mr. Miko comes in, gets a great dunk, almost finds a great pass here. That's a great pass midfield from Moss Toes, but a great defensive shutdown from Spaced Out.
Yeah, Spaced Out are going to try to put on some offense here. That ball's going to go right past Drewski. Pat down his last man is able to hit this one out to the corner. Cedar can do low boost. He's going to pop that one up off the backboard, but can't quite find another touch here. So Miko's going to try to clear it out, but Paco hitting it right back towards net, and Tyler's just going to boom it right back out. We have a bit of a game of boomer ball here right now, but ball is not left silver leveling side for about 30 seconds here, so I'm really liking the pressure that I'm seeing from Spaced Out 2.0 right now.
Yeah, I know. It looks like they're starting to, you know, address some of this pressure that silver leveling has put on. I'm seeing some nice big clears here. That's giving him a lot of chances here. Drewski has an opportunity, makes a touch on it, but it's got going about 2 miles an hour there. Not enough power to find the back of the net. A huge demo there from Drewski might help them out here. Tyler gets a great first touch off the wall. Wave dash, trying to find a touch. Barely can't find his Mosto is going to put one on net. Paco needs to make a touch here, but it's right to Mr. Miko, who hits it right to Mosto's. Tyler AG, go! Sails it. Sends it too far over the top of the net there. And silver leveling missed an opportunity to go up 3-0.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate, but silver leveling don't have to worry too much. They're still up by 2 goals here. Not in a very threatening scenario right now. Masto's going to hit that one out towards the net. Almost finds the read and puts that one on, but it's a great save from Drewski here. As Pat down trying to take that one towards the net, not able to find it. It's going to get a demo here, and Paco's going to find a wide open net for himself and score it.
I'm loving the demos that are coming out from Spaced Out right now. It's just disrupting a lot of those rotations from silver leveling and allows Paco to find an open net, and he slots that one, brings it back within 1 goal now. We are only halfway through this game number 1. Silver leveling off had a great start, but it looks like Spaced Out kind of coming back here. Pat down, not able to find a read here. Double commit is going to work out anyways. And silver leveling regained that goal quickly.
Just a bit of a really awkward scenario there for Pat down, having to go up super high to try to find a touch on the ball, but silver leveling will definitely take advantage and bring their lead right back up to 2 here with just over 2 minutes remaining. See what they can do right off this kickoff. Yeah, that one's just going to go right back to Spaced Out. We'll see if Paco can get a shot on net. Not quite able to. So Pat down's going to try a turn for this one. See what he can do off the walls. That one's just going to go straight back. Drewski gets 1 touch, tries to get around Miko, but can't quite find a touch there. Paco's going to boom that one towards net. A little awkward. And Pat down can't find a shot on net. As this one might be a missed opportunity for Spaced Out 2.0.
Yeah, that's the second time now I've seen in game number 1. Just a little bit hesitant and some weird positioning from Spaced Out. Doesn't allow them to put away some of these chances. Kind of makes awkward angles and stuff like that. They can position themselves a little bit better. Maybe give themselves a little bit better of a chance to put some of these goals away. I think they'd be in a much better spot right now. It's whiff galore right now. A lot of misses happening here. Drewski finally able to collect, get it around Moss toes. Maybe Paco can get something going here. Kind of just sends it into this blue half. Mr. Miko makes a touch. Not able to find a 50 though. Paco looking midfield, but Tyler HE gets a nice early jump on this one. A missed opportunity from Drewski might end up in a goal here, but Pat down, able to shut it down.
Yeah, Paco trying to pass this one up to Pat down. We'll see if he can get there in time.
Oh.
He does, but he opts to fake it, and Mastos reads right through it, hitting that one away. But Tyler, the great touch off the backboard and a great follow-up there from Miko to transition the ball towards Spaced Out 2.0's half, but Pat down's just going to opt to boom that one right away here. But yeah, 30 seconds left. It's not looking too great for Spaced Out 2.0. They got to find a goal here pretty soon if they want to take this game 1.
They do indeed here, but Mostos is not going to let that happen. Every second this ball is spending in this orange half, it's another second wasted or Spaced Out, and the seconds are going down very quickly here. Drewski going to go for a pinch here, put it into this blue corner, but kind of just gives away possession, and that's probably going to write this game number 1 off. Mr. Miko can't find anything. Clock hits 0. Silver leveling going to walk away from this one with a 2-goal lead, looking pretty dominant here in game number 1.
Yeah, we always say game 1's a feeler game, and that's pretty much what I saw from this one. There's a lot of boomer ball, but regardless, if you get rid of that first 30 seconds, Spaced Out got a little bit rattled there, but you take that out, it's a pretty even game. I think they just started off on the wrong foot, weren't quite able to recover, but regardless, Tyler AG putting up 2 goals, Mastos with 2 assists, and Miko with a goal and an assist. So all 3 players were getting involved one way or another for silver leveling, and Paco finding the only goal for Spaced Out. Little unfortunate there for them, but regardless, it was a great game 1 to start off the series.
Yeah, no, you make a great point there on, you know, being rattled from those first couple of goals. I know even I was. I'm not even in the game. So that was just a fantastic way for silver leveling to start off. But like I said, without those couple goals, it's a pretty close game there. So we'll see if Spaced Out can keep it together, and maybe silver leveling. We'll see if they get those chances once again here as we move on to game number 2 now. Looks like Paco trying to get an early goal of his own. They're looking for a double. Well, can't read the waterfall though. Pat down looking for a touch here. A little bit of an awkward touch from Drewski. Nothing's gonna come from that one. Mastos controls that ball, pops it up the wall. In game 2, off to a fiery start here from Spaced Out.
Yeah, Spaced Out. We'll see if they can keep possession here. Drewski's gonna hit this one right out to the middle. Tyler, low boost, gonna opt to try to control it, but Paco's gonna get it around him. We'll see Pat down go for the follow-up, but Mastos hits it right past him here. Drewski, good touch off the corner, but Mastos gonna read it, maybe go for the double, can't quite find it, but Tyler's gonna be right there to send that one home.
That's a great read there. I thought Mastos was gonna get a piece of this one and maybe potentially completely throw away the scoring chance, but it's actually a good thing that Mastos probably doesn't find the touch there, allows his captain, Tyler 8G, put that one away. Silver leveling, picking up right where they left off here, already back in the lead, where they've been comfortable since game number 1 here. Tyler gonna slot another one here, finds an opening, and it's just light work, no reaction from the captain. You can see him in the cams, and silver leveling off to a great start here in game 2.
Yeah, this looks shockingly similar right now to the way that game 1 started. 2 quick goals right away from silver leveling. They've really been able to just take advantage of the first minute of the game so far in the series, but Spaced Out 2.0 maybe looking for a quick one of their own, not able to find it. Pat Down's going to hit this one out to the side, but Masto's going to read it. Pat Down there with a great touch away last second here. That one's going to get around Tyler AG. Pat Down gets a great 50/1. Paco can't quite find a touch on the ball here. Is that 50? It's very favorable for Mastos. It looks very threatening. And he's going to put that one in.
I am really, really liking what I'm seeing from the second pick on the silver leveling team of Mastos. He is looking very, very, what's the word? I guess I'll just say improved from his last season in Division E. Obviously, he played super, super well last season, probably MVP caliber for Division E. And, you know, he skips 2 divisions, jumping up to Division C now. And I'm seeing loads of improvement just on an individual level from him. It's really cool to see that progression coming from Division E. It's always so fun watching that. That's one of my favorite things about Dcrl, is you get to see those progressions happen. And Mastos is a great example of that.
Yeah, 100%. There's definitely been some players that have taken the jump, and he's been one to do very well at that. It's not always the case. When you jump a division, sometimes you're a bit outclassed, but so far we have not seen that at all from Mastos here. But Pat Down going to try to get a read on that one. A great demo from Paco. It's another demo goal here for Spaced Out 2.0.
Yeah, it is, but that's a great little play there, like you said. Both Drewski and Paco running disruption there. Paco gets the demo, Drewski gets a bump, and that's an all-out attack from Spaced Out. If they don't get a goal there, probably going to be a goal the other way. So luckily for them, they do get a goal there. Paco's looking for another one here. Mr. Miko being a nuisance, though, trying to find a demo there. He makes a great touch out of his own corner, but that's great positioning from Drewski, keeping pressure on this ball. Tyler AG pops this one up. And see Drewski maybe trying to get one here, but Pat Down's on low boost. That 50 goes completely in favor of Mastos, but it's a great controlling touch here from Paco as he's going up off of his own back wall here. Gets one over Tyler HG, and that's a great touch from Drewski, but Mastos with great rotation saves the day.
That's a great save as last man, getting there in time. We'll see a great touch here from Miko off the backboard. Tyler AG trying to follow it up, can't quite find a touch. Here's Pat Down's going to hit this one to the corner. Try to just flick it around one. It's a decent 50 out to the right side here. We'll see what Drewski can do. He's going to... It looked like maybe he should have still had his flip there, but regardless, not able to find a touch on the ball here as Mastos gets it over one, almost gets it around Drewski. But Mr. Miko with the great 50 here, and Silver Leveling's going to keep this onslaught of pressure that they've had so far.
Really has been. It feels, I don't know if I've seen many 50s go in favor of Spaced Out right now. And a lot of people think that a 50-50 is truly just like RNG randomness, but there's an art. There really is to how you approach a 50 and how you position your car. It's not just send your car at it and hope for the best. Sometimes it is, but it feels like Silver Leveling are doing such a good job at winning 50s. You know, 50ing the ball in favor, putting it in good spots for them to keep up pressure here. It feels like Spaced Out are just getting dominated in that fashion. It's a big reason why Silver Leveling feel like they've had so much good offense pressure.
Yeah, 100% here. Miko's going to pop that one straight up to the sky, but Tyler, once again, another great 50. It's just going to keep the pressure going for Silver Leveling here, but an open net opportunity for Spaced Out 2.0, and that one's going to be just a little bit wide left. You hate to see it, but Spaced Out do still have some pressure here as Pat Down's going to try to pass that one out to Paco. He's going to take it, tries to 50, Tyler AG takes it around him, hits it on the corner. Pat Down will see what he can do here, pops that one straight up into the air, but Mastos really well positioned there, and that one's going to go straight into the net.
Wow, what a little pop there from Moss Toes. Just great position, right place, right time for him. Nobody from Spaced Out can scramble back fast enough, and Silver Leveling get another one here. Bring that oh sorry, I was just reading the chat. Bring that lead to 3 goals. 30 seconds to go. Feels like Spaced Out are already kind of writing off this game, which could be a mistake, but Silver Leveling is going to control this one, bring it into the corner. Tyler AG has a full tank of boost, just off the 50. This ball goes straight to Moss Toes, man. Almost a rule 1, but yeah, kind of like not my most favorite thing. I don't really like Spaced Out kind of writing off the game with 30 seconds to go. It's still winnable.
Yeah, I was just saying, there's times where it just ends up being a GG go next situation, but they just about found one for the road. Super unfortunate they couldn't get that one, but regardless, Spaced Out will be taking a timeout here. We see a lot of teams doing that, taking the timeout after losing the first 2 games or losing 2 games in a row, and that's exactly what Spaced Out decides to do.
I think that's your best bet, right? In a best of 7 series. You know, it still gives you some room and some leeway to work with instead of being on match point or something like that. So I do like the call here from Spaced Out, trying to stop this momentum that that Silver Leveling has been bringing to the table. And one thing I wanted to bring up here too was just you know, a lot of people had really high hopes on this for the Spaced Out team coming into the season. They're the only team in DCRL that actually stuck it out, right? They somehow through the draft were able to land on the same team. They had a whole season of experience under their belt, and you know, to come out as a 9th seed has been very surprising to say the least. And I think all 3 of these players have kind of had to adjust to that different speed of Division C rather than Division D. It's kind of been their biggest challenge, but you know, they've been adjusting. They've been showing signs here and there. We'll see if they can turn it around here after this timeout.
Yeah, it's all you can really hope for, taking a timeout. But we'll have to see if Silver Leveling ends up getting another really good first minute like they have in the first 2 games. Because if that's exactly what happens here, then the whole timeout kind of goes to waste. The point of the timeout is to cool your opponents down a little bit, maybe get a little bit more momentum going your way, but I'm liking what I'm seeing so far starting out. Spaced Out trying to find the first goal here. Not quite able to, but Paco's going to try to follow this one. Gets a demo on Miko here. Drewski hits this one up towards Paco. Not quite able to get it not to Paco. But Pat Down going to try to control this one. Gets this one out to the side here. And it's some great pressure that I'm starting to see from Spaced Out here. I think the timeout has helped them so far.
Yeah, the pressure's there. I'm still seeing some mistakes, though. A lot of whiffs happening here. Tyler gets a backflip flick, pops it up, and it's favorable for Pat Down. See if anything comes from it, though. Pat Down maybe going to find one more touch. Trying to play keep away from Mastos here. Drewski, one touch over to the wall. Pat Down looking for a rip there. Can't quite find it. Does get a demo out of the situation, though. That's a great 50 from Paco. That could just be in. It's an awkward read. And Drewski able to make the read. Gets his car over top of that ball and spaced out on the lead for the first time.
Yeah, it's a great touch from Paco to get it mid. Just a bit of an unfortunate miss from Tyler AG. And Drewski's going to take advantage of that 100% here. Yeah, it's just been the biggest defining factor so far, I feel, for this game was just that Silver Leveling has not had a first minute where they score 2 goals. So I'm curious to see how the rest of the game will play out.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. Both games 1 and 2, like you said, have just been really early, quick starts that just deflate a team, right? So to kind of make it past that first minute, maybe hopefully that's something they talked about during their timeout is like, hey, let's not let them score 2 goals in the first minute. Let's see what happens. And looks like they have succeeded at that and even found themselves in the lead for the first time. Drewski here looking for another shot. It's going to be almost online. That's a great pop from Pat Down, but a bump from Mr. Miko allows Tyler AG to have a free aerial here. 50 comes out. Pat Down with a clean beat, puts it into the corner. Paco looking for a touch there. Can't quite find it as Drewski trying to make it awkward here for Mr. Miko. Makes a miss here. But Tyler with a great follow as second man here. Gets almost another great 50, but spaced out. Desperately on low boost right now. Trying to find a touch here. This could be dangerous, but Mastos can't find the shot.
Yeah, very unfortunate for Mastos there. It's a great challenge from Tyler to try to keep some sort of pressure going on here. But Pat Down, let's see what he can do off the corner. Grabs the boost. Not quite able to get a touch with Tyler. Mastos low boost. Going to pop this one straight up into the sky here. It's a touch from Drewski, but Paco there with a great clear. Miko's going to double this one off the sidewall. Mastos looking for a shot. Can't quite find it, but Tyler AG puts that one on net, but an even better save coming out from Paco. Miko trying to pass that one out mid. Nobody's there from Silver Leveling here. We'll see what Pat Down can do off the wall. Grabs the boost. Goes for the double tap, but what a save from Miko. Up into the sky. And Paco and Drewski can't find the touches that they're looking for either.
Yeah, awkwardness there. You can see the ideas forming, but execution just not there, unfortunately. But looks like both teams do survive for now. Silver Leveling. Hopefully I'm not going to cast a curse by saying this. For the first time, scoreless through the first, let alone the first minute, but haven't really been able to find anything. There's been a couple good shots, but the defense has been holding up much better here in game number 3. We'll see if they can continue to do that. Paco makes a great first touch here, puts a pop up high here. Mastos is the last man back, looking a little bit awkward, unsure how to read this ball. The patience pays off, makes the attacker from spaced out completely miss there. Paco, who's I've seen have vast improvement this season, trying to find a great touch midfield. Pat Down now. Opportunity off the wall here. Instant shot from Mastos doesn't go too well. Drewski able to come flying in, but nothing going to come from it. Minute 12 left to go, spaced out. Just need to hold on.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably what you try to do in a 1-0 game. Just try to prevent a goal from being scored here. Paco with a great touch out to the side to clear that one out. Pat Down looking maybe a little bit awkward. It's a great bump from Mastos. And Drewski is going to get dookied by Mr. Miko to tie up this game.
That is a crazy dookie. I was just about to glaze Drewski. I love him taking possession there rather than just booming the ball downfield. That's something that Spaced Out has just been doing. Just kind of been giving away possession, booming the ball downfield. And Drewski actually takes possession there. And unfortunately, first touch gets a little bit too far away from him. And a huge challenge from Silver Leveling allows for a goal here. This could be another one here. As the captain, Tyler AG, finds a great pass from Mastos. And that's 2 unanswered back to back. And that hurts. That hurts if you're a Spaced Out fan.
Yeah, to go from being in the lead to being down by 1 in the matter of 30 seconds there is not what you want to see, but if you're Spaced Out, you just have to try to answer as quick as possible. But Miko trying to find a shot on net, and he will! And all of a sudden, we see another 3-1 lead for Silver Leveling.
That is just so tilting. What a turn from Silver Leveling. It's 3 unanswered goals in less than 30 seconds. And man, oh man, that's just gotta completely chalk your mental if you're Spaced Out. See a little bit of a fake coming out on the kickoff here as they're just trying anything they can to change something up here, but Looks like nothing's gonna come from it. It's still just a 2-goal deficit. It's not gonna be impossible, as Drewski has a free touch here, trying to get a touch on Tyler. Barely can't find it. Paco just trying to make it awkward now for Tyler on low boost here. Save's gonna need to be made here, but luckily Mastos can't find the touch. 10 seconds to go. Mr. Miko keeps this pressure on, and with that demo and this play, a crazy turn of events from Silver Leveling. 3 unanswered goals in 30 seconds allows him to take away this game number 3 and progress to match point.
Yeah, Silver Leveling have been very dominant so far in this series. Just putting up so many more goals than Spaced Out 2.0. Yeah, it's not looking too great. Silver Leveling have an opportunity here to sweep Spaced Out 2.0. So, be kind of interesting to see if they're able to actually pull it off or not, because winning the last game of the series is always the one that proves to be the most difficult.
It really is. It's I've been there, done that before. And listen, getting a reverse sweep in a best of 5 is a hard feat to achieve. Getting a best of 7 is it exponentially gets harder and harder the more games you add. Listen, it's been done. It's been done before, many times throughout DCRL history. So it's not going to be impossible, but this needs to be the start here for Spaced Out. Game number 4 getting underway, and again, reverse sweep going to be needed from Spaced Out, but Silver Leveling playing out of their minds right now. We'll see if Spaced Out can answer.
Yeah, we'll see what Spaced Out decides to do here. They try to control it. Sounds just going to have another great 50 from Tyler AG. Miko's going to read this one. Not quite able to find the touch that he wants on it, but Mastos right there to follow it up here. Paco touches it out to the corner where Pat Down is waiting. Tyler AG with a great demo here. Paco trying to control the ball a little bit. Not quite able to get the touch he wanted to, and Drewski and Pat Down gonna find a little bit of a pinch on the ball there, but Spaced Out kind of scrambling a little bit, trying to clear the ball out of their half right now.
Yeah, Silver Leveling definitely controlling play so far. It looks panicked on the side of Spaced Out, and as I'm saying that, an insane pinball goal just finds the back of the net somehow. Let's see what happened. Break that down. Mastos puts it in front of the net. Paco tries to get a clear out. Mr. Miko puts a shot there, and I think that's Tyler just in the craziest spot at the right time, able to find a goal. That's the most Mickey goal I've ever seen in my life, but those are the ones you gotta take. But so tilting if you're on Spaced Out.
Yeah, absolutely. You think you have the shot covered, and all of a sudden, just pinballs right off of a defender or an attacker, and all of a sudden you're down 1. Not really what you want to see, but now Spaced Out have to get a defining goal here to tie it right back up, or you risk running behind pretty far. Yeah, in a desperate need to win game 4, and that is not a scenario you want to be in.
No, it really is not. We're already a minute and a half in. It feels like Spaced Out really haven't had anything go in their favor so far. That's an unfortunate miss from Pat Down. The much needed clear. And yep, Tyler AG is going to capitalize. You can see it in the cam of Paco here. Gonna be frustration from Spaced Out. They have a grueler of a game in their play-in match, beating that number 6 seed team. But Silver Leveling are handing it to them right now. Therefore, they're threatening to end this one in 4 right here and right now.
Yeah, if you're Spaced Out, you just gotta keep the mental up and try to get something going here. Pat Down's gonna boom that one over to Tyler AG with a great touch away. And Drewski trying to get a shot on net, not quite able to find it here. Paco taking it up the right side, hits it out mid, but nobody's there from Spaced Out 2.0, so it's just gonna opt to back pass. I'm a little surprised that he had enough time to get back to it, but Mastos just trying to bump the defender on the backboard here. Pat Down's gonna hit this one out to the corner, reads it off the little lip of the backboard and the ceiling. And this one's gonna go out to the left corner. Drewski hits that one out mid, but nobody's there to follow up on it.
Yeah, no, it's just kind of feels like it's kind of a slower, less intense game 4 here. Finally, Paco has some semblance of offense here for Spaced Out, but a huge 50 from Mr. Miko sends this ball the other way. Pat Down can't find the touch. Feels like we're seeing misses left, right, front, and center here. Ball almost finds the back of the net on a field length clear here, but it's a little bit too wide. Masto's trying to control it. Can't find the touch. A demo does come out. Pat down, though, not in the right spot. Try and get a shot here. It is going to be another double commit here. Paco sends the house. Trying to get a shot on. Can't quite find it. You can tell that Spaced Out are just sending the house right now.
Yeah, you kind of have to. Or you're starting to get to the point where you have to. Down 2 goals. Try to get something. Of course, you run the risk of giving up a 3rd goal and just digging yourself an even deeper hole, but it gets to a point where you got to do everything you can to make the comeback happen. And so far, it hasn't really hurt them yet, but all 3 Spaced Out members are right next to each other, and this looks like a very threatening overcommit, and Miko is going to put a 3rd one on the board here for silver leveling.
Yeah, right as you say, that little bit of a caster curse from Omega Blaze here, saying it hasn't bit them yet, and right as you're saying that, it does. Just the full-on, you know, pressure from Spaced Out kind of leaves their net open, and a kind of a Mickey-ish, I guess you could say, gold, clear, whatever you want to call it, goes in favor of silver leveling. Minute 12 to go. It feels like Spaced Out is kind of deflated at this point. Not really able to find anything here as Paco puts us in the corner. Masto's trying to find something here. Kind of meets Mr. Miko, his teammate here. That's a great pop from Tyler 8G here. Yeah, he's going for a reset. Can he get it? He gets the reset. Maybe beats out Drewski. Oh, Masto's can't quite get the angle, but you can tell silver leveling are just kind of having fun with it now.
Yeah, that's all they really have to do. Just stall for time. They don't have to score. They have 2 goals they can give up without really having any worries. So, yeah, if you're Spaced Out, the clock's ticking. You need something desperately right here. As Paco will find one. Brings the game within reach, but 2 goals, 32 seconds, still a little much.
I'm not gonna lie, it kind of feels like Paco's the only hope on the Spaced Out team for offense, at least. Feels like I've seen him get a couple great shots, a couple great opportunities, and it feels like he's kind of the shining light right now on the Spaced Out team. They bring it back within 30 seconds to go. Not gonna be impossible. Paco trying to find a beat, but that's a Mastos gets there a little bit later. 50 goes in his favor. Pat down puts it into this corner here. Drewski has a follow-up. Pat down looking for an insane challenge there, but Mr. Miko almost finds another goal. 10 seconds to go. And I think that's going to be wraps here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, excuse me. The clock does hit 0. Silver leveling end the series in a 4-0 sweep. I talked about the consistency from Tyler 8G, and he had it here tonight. Both him and his team as they take down Spaced Out. Not going to completely end Spaced Out's Cinderella run. They still have 1 more life left, but silver leveling start their playoffs with a bang.
Yeah, it's a great series all around from everybody on silver leveling. We saw great plays from all 3 players. Everyone was contributing a bunch. And it's just a very dominant 4-0 sweep here over the 9 seed Spaced Out 2.0. They have a lot of momentum here going into their match against bye week now.
They truly do, but since we're a little bit behind schedule, that 4-0 sweep does kind of save our schedule, so I actually am kind of thankful. If there ever was going to be a time for a 4-0 sweep, it was going to be now. So I am thankful for that. So let's go ahead and get these boys in for a winner's interview. And so I thought I got Mastos. There we go, I got him in, but anyways, huge 4-0 sweep there. Looks like it's pretty light work for you boys, but Tyler, toss it to you as a captain of this team. How does it feel to get that 4-0 sweep and be 1 win away from making land?
Yeah, it feels good. Yeah.
All right. Bro is not Remzik.
Sounds like me.
Bro is not Remzik, bro. Okay, well, what's going through your head there? Was it pretty handily had there? Talk to me a little bit about the series.
We didn't calm at all.
Okay.
And we were talking about random stuff the whole time.
I could not figure out what my clipping software kept clipping because I got a new headset right before this, and I had to reinstall my SteelSeries software. And at random moments, it would just make a doo-doo, and it would just clip. I was like, I could not figure out what the trigger was, and that was the main.
Yeah, so basically, we're trying to figure out what the trigger was the whole series.
All right. All right.
Okay.
Well,
That's
toss
what
it
all
to
this. That's what all the laughing was.
Oh, okay. Toss it to you, Omega.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was a great game from all of you guys. Was there anything you guys are trying to focus on specifically in this game against Spaced Out?
Positioning.
Positioning?
No.
Positioning, I would say, was the biggest thing that I was looking at. I guess I don't know.
I was gonna say, do you guys like focus on anything as a team, or are you guys just like dominating without really trying?
We just play our game. I don't know. Yeah.
Are you guys like a
Fair
fun
enough.
buff team? I feel like you guys are just like a fun buff, like just to like go around, just stick around, have fun, and you play.
Yeah, if we lock in, we play worse.
For real. Yeah.
That's how it goes sometimes.
Some teams just kind of have the fun buff. I'm telling you, just kind of how it goes sometimes. But okay, well, I'll toss it over to you, Moss Toes. After not making, I don't think you made LAN last semester, did you?
I did, but we lost like the first round.
Oh, you did. Okay. Are you kind of hoping to kind of have a comeback season this semester? You know, you're 1 win away now. Making it to the winners bracket would obviously guarantee you 2 series on LAN. Are you feeling good with this team going into LAN?
Yeah, I feel like we play hand in hand. Our playing styles go together.
Yep.
So I think we'll be good. Hopefully.
Also, he hit C1 and 3s last night. Big dubs.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, I was kind of commenting on that. Was like, I feel like I've seen individual improvement from you a lot from last semester. Have you been grinding the game quite a bit? Have you been playing a lot, or what's been going on there?
Yeah, I've been trying to play 2s and 3s. I feel kind of sick today, so I wasn't at my full potential, but.
All right, well, fair enough. Like I said, I at least noticed the difference from last semester for sure. It's always one of my favorite things about DCRL is seeing, especially players like in the lower divisions, kind of make that jump up the ranks. And you know, you make that jump up to Div C, obviously, and you know you're making strides, keeping up very easily with Mr. Miko and Tyler 8G here. So it's a lot of fun to see. So I'm just taking a look at the bracket here. I'm sure you guys are aware, maybe you guys aren't. With that 4-0 sweep, like I said, you're now 1 series away from LAN. And the team that's standing in your way is the current number 3 seed of bye week. How you feeling about that matchup?
It'll be kind of a difficult one. Pretty excited though.
Hold on. What team is that again?
That's
Bye
JD
week,
Bauer Power.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Oh.
I'm pretty
JD
confident.
Bauer Power,
I'm
I'm
not gonna
him, and
lie.
Golden Draken.
Pretty confident about that game.
Pretty confident. I'm trying to see what you guys did against them in the regular season here.
We got swept.
You got
Yeah, we got swept. That was our first. I think that was our first week.
That's when Tyler overslept.
That was
Yeah, that was our first week when Tyler overslept. Yeah.
No. That
Was
was
it?
our ASAP game. That was our ASAP game.
Oh, that was our ASAP. Okay.
Which we played around week 3. So
Yeah, you did indeed get 3-0 swept by this bye week team. So you guys are feeling confident you can do a little bit better this time around, or what?
yes.
I'm certainly hoping so.
I mean, it'd be big. It'd be big to make it to LAN. I know Tyler 8G, you know, you've had maybe some doubters after your championship win on your last team, right? I know you've probably had some people in your ear about that. There's
always
listen.
back to this. Always
Listen.
back to
Listen. If you can get a win here, you're gonna silence all those haters. So there's your drive.
Hey, I made LAN season 1. What's that?
You did do that. You did do that too. But no, this would be big for you guys. So anyways, I don't got any other questions here. Huge congrats. You guys are now 1 series away from that LAN ticket. So with that, good luck. Make sure you guys play that game soon, and we'll see you then.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, boys. All right, that's gonna be it for the second one on the night. Man, oh man, it was I'm not gonna say hard to watch because Spaced Out definitely showed some couple signs here and there. But the 4-0 sweep is not how you want to go out, especially having that momentum from that play-in series, getting that quote-unquote upset up against Triple Threat. It's not how you want to go into that next series because now you're gonna be having a grueler through the losers bracket. Now, luckily, it does put them ahead. They're still 2 series away, so Spaced Out's gonna be going up against Jumbo Nut or Hay with Riz. So that's gonna be their matchup. We'll see how they do when that time comes. But Omega, thank you for hopping on the desk with me. Hopefully you had a little fun at least, maybe.
Oh yeah. It's always a good time.
I know you're DSU boy, and in Pat Down, not probably the result that you wanted personally. But,
yeah, it happens.
But
playoff. Can't win them all, so
you really
it's always
can't.
fun to hop on the casting desk.
Nope.
It's been a while, but happy to hop on.
I was excited to see the Omega Blaze name on the sign up, so appreciate you hopping on, bro. All right, so with that, like I said, we're gonna go ahead and toss it to a quick intermission. We got one more series on the night. We're gonna be having a Division D matchup in the losers bracket. It's gonna be an elimination bracket. One of these teams are gonna be being sent home here tonight. So please stick around. We're gonna have about a 10-minute intermission, maybe shorter if I can get everything set up right. And we'll be right back after the break.
I just turned 18, saw your whole life in front of me, and in the one day I miss cleaning up the cold tea. Now I'm sitting there singing broken heart, helplessly I'm praying, blaming God. Ooh, she told me don't worry, we've been apart before. No, as my of heaven, we'll be waiting for you once more. She told me don't worry, told me don't worry now, told me don't worry, told me don't. soulmate 3. Doctors and friends and family. When it was time to leave, there was only one, and it was me. Got so good at looking next to you, next to you. Couldn't bear the thought of something new. She told me don't worry, we've been apart before. The worst part of heaven, we'll be waiting for you once more. She told me don't worry, told me don't worry now. Told me don't worry, told me don't, told me don't.
just piggyback. You're braver than you know it. You're stronger than you show it. You're braver than you know it. You're stronger. Before school's gotta get worse, and sometimes it's gonna hurt. If you're ever gonna get that bad, then you better plan your attack. You're braver than you know it. You're strong.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Sorry for the long wait there. Trying to get all of our boys and cams here, but none of them are listening. So thank you guys all for staying tuned here during our little bit of a longer intermission. We got one final series on the night here on the Dcrl channel. It's going to be a Division D matchup of Elite Egoists and 2 Jits, 1 Unk. Going to battle it out here. It's going to be an elimination match. Whoever loses this series is going to be completely done for the entire season. So there's a lot on the line here tonight. I'm joined on the desk by my man Carve Dog. How you feeling tonight, man?
Right now I'm not feeling the greatest. Just came off a loss from our series, but I am excited to get this Div D game rolling. Trying to get all the divisions, so this just adds one more ring.
I was gonna say, yeah, Carve Dog comes in and you know, trying to collect all the Dcrl Infinity Stones here on the casting desk. So appreciate all your help recently casting and whatnot. Couldn't do it without all the help. So let's go ahead and get this show on the road. Let's look at some of the stats here and some of the road that some of these teams have taken to get to this point here. Let's kind of looking at the Division D playoff bracket right now. Right now we are on match G at 2 Jits, 1 Unk, and Elite Egoists. Down in the losers bracket now, 2 Jits, 1 Unk, a crazy loss to Rocket Rangers at match D, game 7 Grueler. So for them to kind of drop down here, it's definitely kind of gonna slow their momentum down. And then Elite Egoists lose in their play-in match up in match A against Granny Shifters. So that's kind of how both these teams got to this point. 2 Jits, 1 Unk, kind of one of the favorites coming into this playoffs. So to see them already in the losers bracket, it's kind of surprising to say the least. So we will see who comes out on top here tonight. Let's go ahead. I'll toss it up to 2 Jits, 1 Unk here. They were 5-4 on the regular season, captained by our main man Chemic19 here at a goal per game, and he is joined by Porter the Great and Hip Dusty. They've had a fantastic season so far. It's been extremely competitive in the top, I don't know, 6 to 7 seeds of Division D, and this 2 Jits, 1 Unk is right in the mix of it. Chemic's been leading this team pretty well here, shooting lights out at 40%, shots per game pretty high. He's been doing a lot for this team. Porter the Great has been a rock on defense, and Hip Dusty has been popping off when it matters most. Let's go ahead and toss it now to Elite Egoists, and I'll have Carve Dog talk a little bit about these boys.
All right, so with Elite Egoists, we're definitely seeing definitely the most favorable matchup for them. They did go 1-8 in this season, but this is Div D. Anything can happen. We're seeing Big Alien Boy here with big stats here, coming out with the most saves and quite a bit of shots, highest goals here. But I definitely think his teammates are around trying to keep him. Got some pretty decent shooting percentages here. And one thing that is interesting is they got a pretty decent amount of demos per game here, you know?
Yeah, no, they definitely do. There is some bright sides. Big Alien Boy has been one of the more dominant players in all of Division D. As we're going to see here tonight, he's been popping off, getting lots of crazy goals. In that last series that I casted of his, he hit 2 insane shots, a redirect, a double tap. He really has been doing a lot on this team. So really, I'm looking at Supper and Springtrap here kind of maybe step up a little bit and see what we'll see how he can support their captain, Big Alien Boy here. But with that all out of the way, for anybody in chat, we do have some predictions up. You can put some channel points, some boost on the line if you want to make a prediction on the matchup here tonight. But as is tradition, Carve Dog, what's going to be your prediction on the matchup tonight?
I'm thinking, based off a little bit of what chat's saying, we got a big heavy side towards 2 Jits 1 Unk here, but I'm going to be going with them in, let's say, 4-2. 4-2 is my prediction.
4-2, okay. Well, I don't know how much of the stream you've watched here, Carve Dog. This is my first time casting with you, but I, in my history of casting, have never gone with the same prediction as my co-caster, so I'm going to go against you. I'm gonna go ahead and say that these boys, Elite Egoists. I'm gonna say Last Supper and Springtrap can support Big Alien Boy here, and we're gonna see a pop-off moment. Maybe send 2 Jits 1 Unk home. I know the stats, and I know everybody here is saying that probably 2 Jits 1 Unk should win this game, but I think that loss might have kind of sent a shock through their team a little bit here, and might kind of shock them maybe into the grave here. We'll see if they do just that. I'm hoping the best for Kemek. I love this man. He's done a lot for Dcrl, so I would hate to see him go home here. But listen, I gotta go against you. I'm gonna say Elite Egoists in. I'm gonna say 6 games. We'll just put it there. But with that all out of the way, let's go ahead and get the show on the road. Start up the party match, and we'll see how this one turns out. Predictions will be up for a couple short seconds here. As we get into this one, like I said, you've never casted Division D before, so this is gonna be a fun experience for us all here. Game number 1, getting underway here. 2 Jits 1 Unk and Elite Egoists.
Yeah, so we see, taking it back here, I'm gonna have to take a second to remember the names. We got 2 Jits 1 Unk. That's a little bit of a mouthful for me, but we're gonna have Porter and Kemek going up here. Getting it off backboard. Last Supper, not quite there, but Big Alien Boy brings it out. Hip Dusty, bings it. Big ping. Springtrap, not quite there, but Alien Boy's there with the save, clears it out great. Porter the Junior puts a shot up, not quite there. Last Supper, big clear. Dusty's there back, though. Got time. But Last Supper's getting another shot off. Big ping off the backboard. We got a shot attempt, not quite, just misses. Dusty up the wall. Jumps a little late. Big Alien Boy pings it down all the way to 2 Jits 1 Unk's side. Porter's there, but we have a shot attempt blocked by Kemek last second there. Good way of getting in.
Yeah, no, it's been not too bad of a start from Elite Egoist, and as I say that, it's kind of a miss by Big Alien Boy. The captain of this team able to get back, put his hand up, make a big diving save on the goal line. Last Supper is going to be the last man back here. Double commit from Kemek and PTG. Gonna not go in their favor. Kemek in the dominance, which is an insane choice from him. I've never seen this man rocking that before, but see if it pays off here. Last Supper trying to find a touch here, can't quite find it. Porter the Great, we're gonna be seeing a lot of him on defense. He's kind of the rock on the back line for this team. Kemek doing a lot of the dirty work, I guess you could say. That's a huge 50, and nobody can save it. Porter the Great gets the scoring started here for 2 Jits 1 Unk.
Yeah, that's a great little pinch in there for Porter. Elite Egoist just not quite there to get up in the air on that defensive play there. Giving 2 Jits 1 Unk the lead here. 1-0 with still quite a bit of the match left.
Yeah, no, a lot of Rocket League to be played. But I think everybody is kind of expecting 2 Jits 1 Unk to walk away with this one. But in a best of 7, there's so much Rocket League to be played. You got to be consistent all the way through to come out on top here. And so 2 Jits 1 Unk are going to have to be in it for the long run here as Kemek on low boost kind of just puts this ball into the midfield. Supper can't really make a touch of it. Big Alien Boy does a lot offensively for this Elite Egoist's team. Can't quite find a touch either. Springtrap gets a great first touch here. Gonna maybe look for one more touch midfield. Porter the Great's a little bit awkward. Needs to make a touch, but puts it into the safety of his own corner.
Yeah, Kemek taking it up the midfield. Ooh, Sauce is up one defender. Let's see if he can get it mid here. Gets it mid. No one's there to receive the pass, though. Unfortunate. Hip Dusty sends it back. Porter gets a shot off back wall. Good defense, though, coming out of Elite Egoists. Having a little sudden stop here. It's in the air. Someone can take it out. Porter down. Not quite. Very close, though. Big Alien passes. Hip Dusty stops it. Hit into Elite Egoist corner, though. Last Supper misses. Oh, we got a shot attempt. Chemic blocked by Big Alien Boy. Good there.
Oh, Porter the Great barely can't find the touch off the wall there. I like the idea. Had a clean beat, but fortunately can't find it. Maybe it was Hip Dusty. My bad. Porter the Great now on the ball with 0 booster. Maybe finding one. Can he find the angle? The net was open. Oh, I don't know if he knew that or not. He had a shot or not, but unfortunately chooses to control it and ends up not being a goal. Minute 45 to go here. Elite Ego is still scoreless. See if 2Jits1Unk can hold on to this lead here. Porter the Great finds a 50 with Big Alien Boy. Hip Dusty now puts it back into this orange half here. Might have an open net. Does he have the boost to get there?
Yay.
Finds an opening. Big Alien Boy can't quite get to it.
Yeah, that's a good little spot there. Taps it to himself, a little self-pass, and then he's got a pretty open shot. Kind of just sets himself up for success on that one.
Yeah, no, that's just perfect placement too. It's the only spot that Big Alien Boy just could not reach. And that puts 2Jits1Unk up by 2 now. I think 2Jits1Unk are, like I said, going to be pretty confident coming into this matchup, especially against this number 10 seed. But I do think that last loss against Rocket Rangers at Game 7 Grueler, it might have even been an OT in Game 7. Definitely, they're going to kind of have to shake that off as they come into this series here, as Hip Dusty almost puts a great shot on. But so far, 2Jits1Unk are playing fantastic.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not too specialized in Div D myself, but one thing I do know about them is that this 2Jits1Unk team, they play with each other a lot. You know, I'll hop in the Discord, I'll see them playing comp 2s, 3s together all the time. They definitely have that team chemistry, so I think even if they have that loss, I think they can bring back that mental and just believe like as a team, because especially chemistry is everything.
I mean, the captain's name is literally Chemic, so if anybody should know that, it should be him. But 30 seconds to go. We'll see if 2Jits1Unk can hang on here, as that's almost an own goal here. Yeah, unfortunate. Yeah, I don't know what you do in that situation, right? I mean, Big Alien Boy is just kind of in the wrong spot at the wrong time there. Super unfortunate for Elite Egoists.
Starts awkward and it just ends awkward, but that's going to be putting 2Jits1Unk up 3, 24 seconds left. Can't quite say it's over, but definitely it does seem like this game 1 is mostly wrapped up. As long as 2Jits1Unk just keeps that, you know, pressure, keeps them away from the ball, and play safe.
Yep, indeed. 13 seconds to go. Elite Egoists pretty much need a goal right here, but that 50 right there should, like you said, pretty much wrap this game up. And listen, it's kind of almost a blessing for 2Jits1Unk to be able to come back and play this Elite Egoist team after that loss against Rocket Rangers. I hate to kind of say it like this, but it's almost kind of, they can almost kind of use one of the bottom seeds as kind of like an ego boost to kind of get your confidence back up for the rest of the losers bracket. I hate to word it like that because it kind of sounds wrong, but ultimately I think that's kind of what 2Jits1Unk can benefit from this.
Yeah, definitely beating any team can add that momentum to your team, especially in playoffs where it matters a whole lot. As this is an elimination game, whoever does not win will not be having any chance of making the LAN event or further playoffs. So I think it is interesting how, you know, winning one game regardless of the other team's skill can definitely boost your moral.
Yeah, no, for sure. 2Jits1Unk, a great start here as we go into game 2 now. See if they can continue with this same pressure here. Chemic looking to start it off. Not really expecting a miss there. Porter the Great. That is one thing that, Chemic bar down. Save from Last Supper. That is one thing that this 2Jits1Unk team, I think, kind of suffers from is, I can't remember exactly their stats, but the shooting. So many opportunities from 2Jits1Unk. The crossbar counter in their last series had to have been like close to 10, like genuinely, it was insane. And so hopefully that doesn't continue to plague their team here, but 30 seconds in, we're still scoreless between 2Jits1Unk and Elite Egoist.
Chemic taking it up, back wall pass. Dusty blocked though. Got some time here. No one's really pushing it. Good 50 by Springtrap, brings it up midfield. Hip Dusty pops it up. Anyone gonna take it? Porter, big clear off. Is anyone there? Last Supper pings it back towards midfield. We're getting a little momentum here for Elite Egoists, pushing it into 2Jits1Unk side. Not quite there. Kemek keeping control in the air and heading to the backboard. Pushed up. Shot opportunity. No one's quite there, but we do have a lot of pressure. Springtrap pushes. Big Alien Boy in the back. He's got a clear attempt. Takes it slow, though. Smart. Popped. Kemek beats him on it. Last Supper awkward. Ooh, we might just be having to roll in. What a save, though. Good timing. Yeah, that's definitely something you got to watch out for. You're getting a little nervous there on those free balls.
Yeah, no, man. That would have been a confidence destroyer here for the Elite Egoist. But luckily, he's able to come back and kind of save his own shot here. One thing I do want to mention for anybody that hasn't really been here before, I don't know how many of the Raiders from Tri-House are still here. I forgot to say that in the beginning here. Huge thanks to Tri-House for that raid. This is our bottom division of Division D. I think most of these players are somewhere between Plat and Diamond. That's kind of our selling point of this league. Anybody that's a college student in North or South Dakota can partake, and that means literally everybody. So we're giving these players a chance to be in a league and partake and maybe make a LAN event here. But we do see Porter the Great there come out from midfield on a little bit of an awkward sequence from Elite Egoists on defense, and 2Jits1Unk get that first goal.
Yeah, Kemek definitely just like bounced around them, maneuvered them really well, giving that pass off to Porter there. Brings them 1-0 from a relatively slower starting game. A lot of the other games we've seen start off pretty hot, but leading in, 2Jits1Unk lead here. Got another shot opportunity, blocked by Alien Boy. Kemek in the air, stops the clear. Smart play, taking it slow. We got a 1v2 here. See who takes the 50. Popped out, but it is away from the goal. Porter going up the wall, hits it center. Pop down, not quite there. The goal. Alien Boy's there to stop it. Shot on goal. Kemek, good angle. Hit it up, clear over. We got an opportunity for Elite Egoist. Get a shot off. It's not quite the bounce you want, though. A little high. It's down, though. Getting close. Kemek controls it. Alien Boy takes the 50 here. Slowly. If Dusty wins the 50, we got open goal. Anyone? There we go, and it's in. Last Supper kind of left him open.
Yeah, no, that's a great little carry by Hip Dusty. Finds the beat over that defender. Finds that great angle there. Supper can't quite get back to that one. And Elite Egoist just kind of failing to find any really offensive pressure so far. Hopefully they can kind of change that. So far, it's pretty much been all 2Jits1Unk. See if Big Alien Boy can get anything going here on zero boost. Gets a favorable pop. Sapper's a little bit too high. It kind of sails over the ball there. Springtrap has an opportunity here. I like the pop attempt here. Kind of sends it over to the sidewall here. Hesitant to go for that one. Trying to find a read. Kemek is known for just kind of zooming through these lobbies here. That's a floater from PTG. Almost finds its way into the back of the net, but denied by Elite Egoist. Minute 20 to go here. 2Jits1Unk just need to hold on to their lead now.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like 2Jits1Unk, they're definitely playing and thriving when they're above. They play a little scrappy when they're not in that lead position, but now they're in that lead. They kind of got that cushy positioning that they definitely like playing in. Big pop by Porter pushing up, trying to get that, pacing up, push the whole team forward. Hip Dusty stops the attempt, moving forward. Kemek brings it middle. Pushed in by Last Supper, but not quite there. Slowed down. Hip Dusty. Pushed up, big pinch, sends it to the other side. Springtrap hits it right to Last Supper, though. Good little pass. Not quite on. Gives 2Jits1Unk some time to push up. Porter the Great sends it out, gives their team some time to reposition. Big Alien Boy taking it up, though. Giving some big offensive feel here. Springtrap sends it forward, misses. Last Supper, big ping. It's going to be an awkward ball here. See how it handles. Pushed out. They have an opportunity, but Kemek hits it a little back on him. Facing the wrong way there.
Yeah, a little interesting play there, but looks like they're just kind of starting to have fun with it. 10 seconds to go. I don't know if Elite Egoists are going to have it in them here. Kemek, the great beat there, should seal the deal. Not able to find one for the road here. Maybe pops it up. And Porter the Great sent this one home. Not quite. Big Alien Boy hits it down into the ground. 2Jits1Unk gonna secure the deal here in game number 2. And I don't know if they know we got timeouts. Yep. Okay, they know they got timeouts. So
timeout.
We are gonna have a timeout here after game 2. This is definitely gonna be one of the more optimal times to take a timeout, trying to kind of halt to this momentum of 2 Jits, 1 Unk. But I don't know if it's going to be possible. They're playing very dominant. All 3 players getting involved here in game number 2.
Yes, indeed. I feel like 2 Jits, 1 Unk are definitely showing their dominance on this play, though. Gonna see how Elite Egoists respond to kind of the pressure they've been going under. They're going into that deficit on goals, but they're not really able to dig themselves out.
Yeah, no, that's kind of been the name of the game here. I am liking what I'm seeing from Elite Egoists. It looks like they're talking it out, trying to figure out what to do next year. I definitely feel a little bit bad, you know, for Big Alien Boy. It's his first season in the league, and to kind of come into it with this type of season, definitely not the most fun time you've ever had, right? So I gotta give a shout out to all of Elite Egoists for kind of hanging through it, and kind of sticking through it. Hopefully they can start finding some success here. We'll see if they can we'll do that here. Looks like they're looking to get right into this one. Game number 3 gonna be getting started soon here. But yeah, for Elite Egoists, again, it just need to find some way to get some sort of offense going here. Otherwise, it's gonna be pretty rough. Oh.
That was quick. Seems like we're starting the game off with a bang. Big old shot coming in by Porter, right over the defender's head. You know, big lead, and it seems like they're in their thrive zone already, getting that lead up against Elite Egoists. 1-0 for 2 Jits, 1 Unk.
Yeah, that's so unfortunate. I don't know. There's just no cheater for Elite Egoists on that kickoff, which is pretty much what gave Porter the Great free reign over that ball. As he's gonna slot another one. An insane aerial from Porter the Great. You love to see that. Listen, I'm gonna be real honest, and I'm only saying this because I know this man. I saw that man break so many shots in the last series. It's great to see him put it one way here.
Yes, indeed. 2-0, and we're just 15 seconds into the game. Seems like 2 Jits, 1 Unk took that timeout for themselves, really. You know, pushing forward, really applying that heat. Hip Dusty on the back. It's going to be slotted in. Oh, not right there. Big Alien Boy gets the goal, and Elite Egoists are just 1-goal game. We're having a high-scoring game, it seems, already.
Yeah, maybe a little bit more action here in game number 3. That's just a big, favorable 50 for Big Alien Boy. Just a little bit late to that 50, which is what allows him to get all that power, excuse me, on that ball. And they get a quick answer. We'll see if 2 Jits, 1 Unk can get another one here. Last upper needs to make a big save. He does. Sends that ball wide, but it's not over yet. Chemic hits it off the corner. Porter the Great can't quite find the touch here. Big Alien Boy looking for a shot. Hip Dusty able to use his flip here. Maybe allows Chemic to get a touch on that one. See if Hip Dusty can continue on here. Awkward touch off the corner. Porter the Great now gonna have to try and make up for that. And Big Alien Boy just patiently waits here. Finds a good 50. Springtrap needs a touch. Gonna bang it off the corner. And Big Alien Boy trying to turn on it, but finds a bump instead. And Porter the Great trying to get a touch out, but again, Elite Egoist just struggling to find even shot attempts right now.
Ooh. That's definitely an awkward shot there. Almost goes in. Little pop, leaving Elite Egoists on their toes. I just realized Chemic switched off the Dominus. Interesting play. He was kind of popping off with it, but he's going back to a little bit of bread and butter. Porter the Great taking it down. A little dribble play, not quite on. Chemic takes it all the way back to the corner. Tries to conserve some time. Getting pressured, though. See how he responds. Sends it middle. Doesn't quite get the touch for Springtrap. 50. Ooh, big clear by Last Supper, though. All the way to 2 Jits, 1 Unk back wall. Hip Dusty takes it up the wall. Sees like we're getting a little pass clear. Chemic takes it over. Little dribble play. Pushes forward. Back off. See how the shot goes. No one's quite there. Big Alien Boy's dribbling it all the way across. Getting it. Chemic takes it down. Right back. Last Supper, big clear, though. Trying to keep that pressure off of Elite Egoist side.
Yeah, no, one of my favorite things about DCRL, but especially Division D, is you can start to see, especially late season, some of these players. Oh my god, Chemic. I don't know if you want to call that a reset. I mean, he got the reset, but Porter the Great sends that one home on a great little pass there from Chemic. But as 2 Jits, 1 Unk out of their lead. But what I was kind of saying is, I love the aspect of DCRL of the lower divisions where you know, you can start to see the ideas, maybe some passes, you know, some of the rotations and stuff like that. You can see the ideas forming for these teams, but sometimes the execution just isn't quite there. But it's always fun to see that opportunity from these lower ranked players, kind of get that opportunity to be on a team.
Yeah, also one thing I think that's great about Dcrl is a lot of these players are coming in with certain ranks, and then, you know, they take one season, they hang around with a bunch of other guys, and they're just improving a lot faster, you know? Kind of building that community of people who just, like, want to play.
Yeah, no, it's one of my favorite parts. It's just, like you said, just playing with, like, either high-ranked players, just playing the game more in general, really just, like, boosts everybody in the whole community. So it's always a lot of fun, no matter how your season goes. I remember, I think it was last season, Springtrap, I believe, I'm not trying to say this to diss him, but I'm pretty sure he had, I think it was like 0.05 goals per game last semester. I think he had played the game maybe like 2 or 3 times before his first game. So to see him come in, and I think he's, you know, averaging close to half a goal per game now. He's going for aerials and stuff like that. Unfortunately, it's not the best season again for him, but I mean, nonetheless, seeing that improvement is a lot of fun, and, you know, having that community of Dcrl is a big part of that.
Yeah, yes, indeed. And as we see here, kind of having a little bit of 2jits1unk on their back pressure here, having Elite Egoist pump some, you know, heat on this team. Big clear out by Porter, but it's sent back to Big Alien Boy. This might just be in, and it's off the post, though. Not quite. Last Supper brings it back right over Chemic's head. Good 50. 2jits1unk are going to be taking this slower. They only have 50 seconds left. They just need to keep that 2-goal lead here. Big Alien Boy trying to just get in there, rip the ball out of their hands, and just keep getting shots off for his team. We're going to see Porter take it out, take a 50 here. Last Supper wins it for him, but Chemic has some time here. 30 seconds on the clock. We have a shot opportunity, big and high, dropping down, though. Is anyone going to be there? Big Alien Boy blocked, though. Kind of having that, keeping that pressure, though, back in the air. Going to be seeing an aerial, rigging a shot off, and it's in!
That was a great shot, but it was almost an even better save. Who was that in net? Yeah, Porter the Great. Maybe it's Chemic, actually. Almost actually makes a save on that shot there. But Big Alien Boy, you saw a couple missed opportunities, maybe kind of a backboard read earlier. Able to slot that one there. Brings us back within 1, makes this game interesting. 15 seconds to go. See if 2jits1unk can hang on. Ball goes up high, up the wall. Porter the Great and Springtrap going to be the 2 guys going up for it. Goes in favor of Springtrap here. Hipdusty pops it up. It's going to waste a lot of time. Big Alien needs to score here. Can he find the 50? Can't quite do so. And man, it's just so close, but yet so far for Elite Egoists. But it's definitely a little bit better of a sight here in Game 3.
Yeah, so it seems Elite Egoists, they're kind of getting down here, but they do still have a chance. They're trying to keep these goals as close as they can. Especially, you know... Oh. Chemic seems to want to be taking a timeout. He definitely does seem to be lagging this game, so... let's just... what do you think that Elite Egoist should do to try to come back in the series?
Yeah, it's kind of tough. Because, like I said, it's kind of like a similar story, and I hate to kind of pin it on one guy or another. But you know, Big Alien Boy, I feel like he's doing the most he can, both on offense and defense. So like I've seen the capabilities of both, you know, Last Supper and Springtrap, and it feels like this series are just not quite living up to it. What I've seen them do, I know what they're capable of too. Just unfortunately not able to kind of capitalize on some of those opportunities. I'm like I said, so I'm kind of looking at Supper and Springtrap to try and help their captain out a little bit here, maybe get a couple more goals, and I think they'd be in a little bit better of a spot against this 2jits1unk team. But until then, I don't know if much is going to change here. 2jits1unk have just been so dominant, kind of so suffocating, stealing boost, all the above pretty much. So unless they can kind of help out a little bit, I think this might be the last game here.
Yeah. Definitely, they do need a big change of pace here. Chemic and Porter are kind of having that 1-2 punch on offense. Hipdusty kind of clearing it up for the team when they have some trouble, but all 3 of them are really contributing to this win right now.
Yeah, and Elite Egoists are going to need one of the most craziest things I've ever seen to be done right now. The number 10 seed gonna need to come in and reverse sweep a pretty hot 2 Jits 1 Unk team right now. We'll see if they can do just that. Elite Egoists now pretty much 1 goal, or 1 game really, 1 game away from you know, their season pretty much completely being over. And I'm liking that I see Last Supper just bro's just singing his heart out right now in the cams. I wonder what song he's singing. Anybody good at
Maybe
lip reading?
That's the
strat. Oh,
just
man.
get so dialed in, you're in the flow state, you know.
Oh man.
Maybe we'll see a little bit of a triple reset coming out of Last Supper here.
Oh, dude, imagine like this Remzik pulls up to.
Yeah, we just like have a little sub in here. Put me in, coach.
Someone picks the controller up and just starts popping off.
I mean, we got a couple of players without cameras on. You never know who could be playing.
That's true.
But
that is true. You never do truly know that. I'm not trying to like speak any of those things into existence, but we've never really had an issue like that before. So I don't know what would happen, but Chemic having some internet issues right now, so he's restarting his PC as they're trying to end this series here in this game 4. Don't know what the current status is. I don't know what kind of computer this man has, but it's seemingly taking quite some time. Been a long night for me, but trying to just get this one over with, to be honest. We'll see if Chemic can come back here, but other than that, I mean, what have been your kind of first impressions of Division D here, Carved Dog?
I do think it's a fun league, you know. It's definitely like there's some things that are like, you know, it's a little slower, you know, because I just came off casting a Div B game, but there are some really impressive moments where like you're not expecting them, just flying through the air, bang, right in the goal.
Yeah, no, there's always like, it's just full of surprises. Division D is. That's really what it is. It's like a lot of back and forth. Like you said, I just like love giving these.
Needs an invite.
Yeah, I got it. Giving these players, you know, an opportunity just to be a part of a team, because a lot, you know, when you're plat or diamond, you probably wouldn't have ever dreamed of having that opportunity. So, you know, it's always a lot of fun seeing these teams be able to do that. Last semester, I think our lowest division was Division E. Was probably the most electric grand finals out of every single division. It was just awesome. And so sometimes it just produces these like absolute cinema series.
Absolute cinema.
It's gonna be fun to see if it happens again this semester. But I think we do have Chemic back. So I do apologize for the long wait, everybody. Hopefully his internet's chilling now, but looks like we're back into it. Will this be Elite Egoists' last game here on the Dcrl channel? 2 Jits 1 Unk have their lives pretty much in their hands. Game 4 getting underway.
Yeah, we see Chemic back on the Dominus, which is off, you know. Maybe he's more a little comfortable on that Dominus there. Never know. Springtrap takes a 50 against Dusty, though. Not quite. Pings down. Having a little bit of pressure coming out from 2 Jits 1 Unk. Big pinch coming out by Porter. Could have been in if no one was there. Chemic bounces off the corner. Into Stringtrap, though. Porter the Great misses the pinch. Goes a little wonky. Dusty there to clean it up. Keep it on yellow side, or orange side. A little colorblind.
Oh!
Big ping almost, and it is finished off by Dusty. I thought it could have been just right in by Chemic there, but good little pop.
Yeah, no, look, that was almost an insane little angle there from Chemic as he almost finds like a 0-degree angle there. But looks like it doubles as a pass. Hip Dusty reads it well. 2 Jits 1 Unk off to a great start here. It's not a good sign for Elite Egoists here. Big Alien Boy not able to find a touch. Porter the Great gonna come ripping in for a shot. Ooh. Finds the bottom left corner. An absolute slot off of an error from Elite Egoists.
Yeah, definitely. I think, not to jinx it or anything, but I think Elite Egoists are going to have to play a little different here. They're already 2 down here, and it definitely seems like 2 Jits 1 Unk entered the flow state before Last Supper did. So, going to see how they're going to respond to these 2 quick goals.
Yeah, Hip Dusty looking for another one here. Almost catches Springtrap on his heels there. As Supper trying to carry this one out. Now Hip Dusty going to bounce this one off the backboard. Chemic on low boost, still commits to that ball. It's one thing I've noticed about Kemek just watching him on his whole stream is no matter what, this man is always going to commit as second man. And what that does, honestly, even if it's a miss, is it makes it very clear rotations. And that's something that's really, underrated from Division D, is if you can just like be really clear, your car language, you know what's going to happen every time. Even if it's a miss, it makes it a little bit easier to read as his teammates. And that's one thing that Kemek does pretty well.
Also, one thing Kemek does well is seem to have computer issues. Not to diss on him, but I remember the first ever Dcrl game I played. He was supposed to stream it, and then guess what? 2 minutes before, it stops working entirely.
Yeah, we tried to get him streaming and stuff. He really wanted to, but yeah, last second it was like, yeah, his PC ain't cutting it. He was gonna get like a PC upgrade at one point, but I don't know what ever happened with that. But maybe next season. But it'd be good to have Kemek as a streamer. He's streamed and cast a lot, so it's always fun to see him out on the pitch as well, and he's having some great success here. We're already halfway through game 4. 2Jits1Unk sitting at a very comfortable 2-goal lead. See if they can maintain that here as Porter the Great in this corner, as Last Supper is kind of doing circles on the back wall here, not able to get the ball out. Has a full tank of boost though. Opts for a 50, but it goes completely in favor of Hip Dusty as he tries to find that ball center. Kemek comes flying in, not able to find a touch here. Porter the Great also can't quite find that touch here, and 2Jits1Unk completely controlling the play right now.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing, but right now, Alien getting a little pass off, sends it up the wall, but it is stopped by Kemek. A little wonky shot there, but cleaned up by Last Supper. Porter the Great. Oh, we're gonna have some big pressure by 2Jits1Unk. Stopped by Alien Boy. Shot and, ooh, just sniped in right over the head of the defender.
Yeah, there we go, big Alien Boy. Like I said, the pillar of offense for his team here. Pretty much does it all himself, beating out all 3 members of 2Jits1Unk. A beautiful shot there, brings it back within 1, making things interesting here, maybe keeping the dream alive for just a little bit longer. Last Supper gets a decent 50, but Springtrap's kind of far back, but it might end up working out. Fortunately not though. Porter the Great reads that play pretty well here, trying to find a touch midfield. Kemek does commit. Hip Dusty is on low boost, but gets a great touch out. A big clear is going to save his team a lot of time, allowing Porter the Great and Kemek to kind of get back for that one. Last Supper able to find a demo here. Porter the Great looking for an angle, but can't quite do it.
Yeah, so we're going to be seeing 2Jits1Unk putting the pressure on Kemek up in the air. Jumps a little lower than he expected to. Hip Dusty finishing off though. Ooh, good block by Alien Boy. Keep it in. That could have been a 3-1 lead for 2Jits1Unk. That's really something that they don't want. 1 minute remaining, it seems. Kemek going up for the shot. It's over, and no one's back for Elite Egoist. That's going to be leading up. A 2-goal lead for 2Jits1Unk. Great shot by Kemek.
Yeah, that doesn't feel good if you're Elite Egoists there. A minute left to go potentially in your whole season, and 2Jits1Unk that could be the dagger here. Still a little bit of time left though for Elite Egoists to try and battle back here. Supper pops it up. Gonna be awkward for Hip Dusty on not a lot of boost here. Makes an awkward touch. Big Alien Boy trying to find it. A big pinch comes out. It's gonna be awkward. Porter the Great nowhere near that one. Kemek able to maybe touch it over to the sidewall. Hip Dusty again just trying to play keep away here. You can see the aggression from Elite Egoists starting to come out. You can see the desperation of potentially a season-ending game right here. Fortunately, a mistouch from Springtrap. Can't get found. 30 seconds to go. Elite Egoists gonna need something here.
Yes, indeed. We're having just 26, 24, 23 seconds clocking down. They're going to need to get over to this 2Jits1Unk side as quickly as possible. Pinging off here. Depends. Dusty clears it out. This could be signs of game as it floats towards orange side. Gonna need a quick shot. That's not what you need there, but it does seem like we're going to be wrapping up. Kemek going for a double tap. Ooh, Saucin just to put the nail in the coffin for this game.
Oh man, that is just salt in the wound. Kemek, man, you dirty man. You're almost beating a dead horse at that point. Sending Elite Egoist off with a clip. He's gonna be raving about that one for quite some time. Clock hits 0. 2Jits1Unk sealing the deal here in game number 4. But Last Supper able to get one for the road. And man, I'm glad they were able to get that one. That's going to be the last goal for Elite Egoists in their Season 6 run. But unfortunately, it's not going to be enough. Two Jits want to close it out and get one step closer to land.
Yes, indeed. So we'll be having our post-game interview with Two Jits One on soon.
Yeah, no, it was just pretty much all around. Again, it just felt like Elite Egoists just could not get anything going offensively, and that was kind of their main issue there. Here you see the shot difference, even in this game alone. 8 shots coming out from Two Jits One Unk versus the 4 of Elite Egoists. That was kind of the name of the game in this series, and kind of maybe all season long for Elite Egoists. So unfortunately, their road does end here. It's been a well thought battle, through and through. But there's got to be one winner, and there's always going to be someone that goes home. And Two Jits One Unk get the job done here as we wait for Hip Dusty now. See if we can get him in the call and kind of end off our night here. Unfortunately, we don't really have many cams, so it's just going to be Port of the Great, and then my boy Carve Dog and I are going to be on the cams here. So let's go ahead and drag them in and get them on the desk. Huge congrats, boys. It's a 4-0 sweep against Elite Egoist here tonight. And yeah, I'll toss it over to you first, Kemek. How does it feel getting this 4-0 sweep here tonight?
A lot better than last week, I'll tell you that much.
That's what I was kind of going to say. I wasn't going to bring it up first, but since you did, it was almost kind of a blessing, I'm sure, for you to kind of, and for everybody on this team, to kind of go up against this Elite Egoist team. What does this do for your confidence after that, devastating loss in Game 7 earlier in the week?
I don't know. I think we still have a long ways to go, so we have to keep a level head, but this proves that we at least deserve to be in Div D, as much as that's kind of a rhetorical statement, but
no, it does. I mean, like I said, I think you gotta use this as like a stepping stone almost, and kind of build your way back up, because like you said, the road definitely isn't over yet. So I like that you guys aren't getting ahead of yourselves by any mean, but like you said, it definitely can prove something, right? So and you guys played absolutely fantastic tonight. I like that you guys were just kind of keeping your foot on the gas through and through. It was a great win all around. I'll toss it over to Port of the Great. One thing I want to mention, I don't know if you watched back the streams or not, but I was kind of dogging on your shooting a little bit from last series. This series is a little bit different. You had a great aerial shot there. Talk to me about your confidence going into the the rest of the playoffs. Are you going to be working on your shooting? What are you going to be working on going into the rest of the season?
Yeah, I mean, this whole season, shooting's been kind of my main focus, because last season I played really kind of a heavy third man and played back and only went for aerial shots from deep. I never really played those fast ones up close to the net. So it's been really focused for me, and I know last one I hit a lot of crossbars. This one I still hit a few, but it's been working on it, trying to get better at it.
Oh, there you go. I mean, that's all you can do, right? I mean, like I said, I think I was just like, I kind of got hype when you got that great little aerial goal there, because of I could sense the frustration from last series, like you said, with those crossbars and stuff. So I'm sure that felt good getting that goal there. But I'll toss it over to you, Carve Dog, if you got any questions for any of these guys.
I just got one question, and anyone can answer it for me. But when Elite Egoist took that timeout there, you guys came out swinging right after. Did you guys have like a change or have a little hype speech, or were you just like locked in on that timeout?
I don't know. I think for me personally, it was the switch back to the Dominus. I don't know about these other two, but honestly, we just kind of took it by its paces, took the time, breathed, got some water, tried to fix internet, but yeah.
We did have a coach in our corner there for a little bit on that timeout as well, kind of updating us on our second man positioning, which was really helping us on getting better shooting, as we were getting a lot of passes, but kind of letting him clear out a lot of them.
Hell yeah, no.
Man, thank you, Collegiate CS, for the raid.
Man, we're getting
little late. We're wrapping up.
Yeah, we're getting so many raids. So huge thank you to you. Okay, one quick question before we end off this little interview here. Let's see who your next matchup is gonna be here real quick, unless you guys know off the top of your head.
I don't think it's
been decided yet.
They played I think they played at 10.
Oh yeah, they did actually just play. So yeah, if it's entered incorrectly, I think Lethal Shoota's won that. So against Blitz 4-2. So now you guys we're gonna be going up against Blitz. How you feeling about that matchup?
Remind me who's on that team again.
Blitz is KM King. Let's see, KM King, Is Jank, and Doshi.
Oh, nah, easy sweep 4-0.
4-0?
No. I've got a grudge against this team.
Really? Why is that, bro? Why is that?
So, all right. I play Rocket League on PC, right?
Yeah.
Steam wasn't working, so I tried to re-download it on Epic, which was gonna take 2 hours. I got it fixed barely before game time. I asked, hey, can we push it back maybe a day? I mean, I know we've had it open tomorrow. One of their guys is like, are you sure you can't play tonight? As my game is like still actively broken. Cold hands, no warm up, late at night, and we win. So
well, there you go. And you're still holding that grudge. Wow, man.
I still want to beat them 4-0. God.
Hey, man.
All love, but like, my God.
Hey, man. Hey, all respect to you. Hopefully that passion can carry to a win here in that next match. But anyways, with that all out of the way, huge congrats here tonight, defeating Elite Egoist 4-0 sweep. 2 series wins away now from that LAN ticket. So hopefully with this win, you can get a little momentum going, and hopefully you can find a win in your next series.
Thank you, guys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for the series. 2 4-0 sweeps, unfortunately, to end off the night. And we kind of addressed it, but huge shout out to Collegiate CS for coming in with the raid there. Much appreciate the support as always. You caught us at a bad time. You really did. It was right at the end of the stream. We've been live for like 3 hours now, so but I appreciate the support anyways. For stopping by. But with that all out of the way, Carve Dog, I kind of asked you earlier, but after having a full series under your belt, how you feeling about Div D?
I think it's a really fun league. A lot can happen in it, and watching it was just like really entertaining, having everything going on. Seeing Untouchaballs just apply full dominance over on the field there, and had a great series.
Yeah, no, that's a big statement win there for Untouchaballs, like we've been saying all along. So it's absolutely huge for their momentum. Unfortunately, it's the end of the road on the season for Elite Egoists. So a huge shout out for them for all of their time and effort that went to scheduling, playing their games. Unfortunately, someone has to lose at some point. So, but I got to give a kudos to you for putting in your best, and hopefully you guys can be back next semester. So, we will be seeing Untouchaballs again very shortly. But I'm gonna quit yapping. As always, to end off the stream, please follow all of our socials. We've been posting some shorts and stuff like that. A couple of them have been popping off, which has been pretty cool to see. And as we do have an Epic creator code, so if you do buy any of the new esports decals or anything in the shop, make sure you pop in our code. Helps us out a little bit. And then finally, if you want to be a part of our community, we run 6-mans, anything like that. If you happen to go to school in North or South Dakota, you can obviously partake in our league as well. So if you're interested in that, you can join there. But with that out of the way, Carve Dog, one final thank you to you for hopping on the desk with me. And then one final thank you to everybody for stopping in tonight. Anybody from Tri-House's raid, and then also Collegiate CS, a couple of huge raids coming in from our community. So huge thank you to everybody. With that, we'll be back very shortly with some more Dakota Collegiate Rocket League action. So stay tuned.